Dreaming in the dark, we are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. Search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Again, so stick around. So stick around. world around us. They don't need to know. Come find me where the sun sets and say you'll never let me go. You're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I love. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. Broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. They don't know how we love when we're letting close. With you, I know I belong. Without all eyes on us, you're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I love. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. Broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. You'll always be my broken love.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening?
Good evening.
What you up to, little miss?
So apparently, because I hang out with a woman who identifies as a bee, YouTube has decided to give me all the beekeeping videos in my shorts. It's really cool.
That's really cool. I thought you were gonna say I really can't be friends.
Nope. Just one of my friends identifies as a bee, and YouTube has decided to give me all the beekeeping videos in my shorts. I watched all kinds of cool. There's this one girl who goes and rescues bees that have lost their hives, and I just think it's really kind of cool.
Can you hear me okay, or did I cut out?
Nope, you sound great.
Okay, so did you watch the presser with Quanell?
Yes, ma'am. I watched it over at Rabbit's house. It was...
I heard it was a treat, and I cannot wait to watch the rest of it. I popped into Rabbits, but I didn't have a lot of time, so like I said, I just popped in for a quick second and turned it on, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. So then I seen kind of what was going down. I'm like, oh Lord, all right. So I figured we could just pop on here and check it out, you know. Then I seen Ryan's mom and their lawsuit is on Zoom, so I was like, well, let's check this out, and we'll give the peeps a little lesson in what's about to go down with me and Betty.
I got
so y'all can get a
I did save that, and I've got the exact timestamp. I saved it.
We're gonna go to school tonight, okay? We're gonna have Friday night shenanigans in school, you guys. We're gonna go to lawsuit school tonight. Y'all
did you hear
can
the
find
other
out.
one? Did you hear the other one? Zav Girl's gonna put Gannon Stokes' autopsy photos in her Patreon.
Yeah, she right the fuck off, and she's selling them for $3 fucking. And God, she's selling his autopsy photos for $3 fucking.
Yes, ma'am.
$3 fucking.
Yes, ma'am. Does she not realize that she could have the same fate as Critical K? Yes. I'm not all. I watch Evil Abe. He makes me laugh from time to time, but I went down the rabbit hole after I heard what he was begging her not to do. And yes, it's true. Well, the problem becomes if you put it behind a paywall. I mean, okay, think about this. If that were anyone else, would you want their autopsy photos out there? Nope. B. Tim is backstage. Paging B. Tim to the forefront. P. Tim to the forefront.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry about that.
I was trying to unmute.
And
So
that's what I'm afraid of, Lori.
I saw that the voice. I saw you put that community tab up with Abe. I was like, "What the hell is hell froze over?" And I'm like, I agree.
I'm telling you right now, Evil Abe called that shit out, and I was glad he did because I would have never fucking known.
I was like, hell froze over.
You're up here, dude.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna mess around. I'm not here to mess around.
Right, I know what's on.
But I want to say to the lady that just made that comment. You were under my chat, on the comments under that video, not attacking. I want to say this clearly. Zav Girl has been in the true crime community for a long time. She is an OG. But if you are a true watcher of her, you will know this about Zav Girl. She's a bit naive and a bit confused at times. She may not realize that what she's about to do or has done is a bad fucking idea. So I do not want her to be attacked like that, though. But I just want to let her know she's about to fuck it all up.
I don't want to attack her, Abe. I want to make sure that she's not going to do something that's going to bring. I mean, in the end, that's exactly what we're trying to fight against out here.
No, but it's not about that. It's a naivety on her part. If you know her, she can be naive at times. Okay, she's a little bit. I don't know how to say
I know.
it, but come on.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, sir.
Thank you.
I had a conversation with her when she was going through the Kylie Rodney thing. She says, "Oh well, those TikTok videos, they're public. They're public."
And right, and you're a smart guy. Doesn't she remember Critical K? And what happened?
Abe, she knows better. Abe, she knows better.
I mean, I don't know if it's this new lesbian love she's found in life or what.
Well, let's not get into that, please.
Maybe they're trying to move in together. I don't know, but why would she do this? Why would you ever fucking do something like this? I'm sorry.
Gannon Stokes,
come
Kate
on.
the Great.
And a lot of people under my comments were saying, "Oh, but it was shown on the trial." Let's be real here. The Letitia Stank trial had the worst cam views of all time. You would have to have software to have seen any autopsy photos that were shown. And most camera crews are told this: do not show any of this crap or you will be held in contempt. I watched the whole fucking trial. I don't ever remember seeing any deep full screen autopsy photos. That's a lie.
Yeah, it's also, what's the educational purpose of it? There's no point to actually seeing an autopsy of a child and pictures of a child's corpse.
My thing is, I just hope that she hasn't done it. She said by the end of the week. Does anybody know anybody on her Patreon? I know a lot of people have done it up, right? We need to get some of her Patreon fuckers in here.
She did post it, and she did post the pictures. Yeah, she did.
Oh my God!
Yes,
so she's already done it.
Yes,
I told you guys that.
No!
All right, calm down.
She's selling it for $3. $3.
I hope that she meant a 7-day week. She
Yes,
meant today.
She's selling it for $3 per person per copy.
Yeah, that's not a bad price, but it's bad. I ain't gonna lie. Don't we have morbid curiosity though? I want to see it.
I wouldn't want to see a corpse of a child.
I know. I gotta say, I've looked at the West Memphis 3 autopsy photos, and they are relevant for this reason. I don't think that. I think that. Listen, I think all 3 of them are guilty. This is why. Because if you look at the autopsy photos of the West Memphis 3 children, all the knots that they were hogtied with are different. So in my mind, that means that 3 different motherfuckers did it. So it is important in that case, in my opinion. Just saying.
Or it's one person who knew how to tie 3 different knots.
I mean, but how common is that? If you're going for the stepfather route, his teeth were actually submitted in the whole bite thing, and nothing was proven. And you know that Ted Bundy was found guilty because of bites. So yeah,
hey, they said, "Hey, will you stop screaming?"
Submitted. If you're only watching the HBO documentaries about the West Memphis 3, you're retarded. I'll say
okay,
that.
hey, will you stop yelling, please, man? These guys got earbuds in and they're asking in the chat, will you please stop?
Sorry, I wasn't yelling. I didn't think, but I'm sorry. I will stop now and go on mute. Yep.
Hey guys, happy Friday.
What's
like
up,
when you hollered before, it's okay. You yelling like when you talk, but you know what I'm saying? Like when you're,
So that she posted in her Patreon, she thought it was a great idea to start selling these pictures.
It's a video, and it's got probably 25 to 30 video or pictures of his body, and every wound. It's got the pictures of him laying there in his pajamas while he's decomposing. It's.
Oh my God! So he's not nude, correct? I gotta ask.
Yeah, on the table. Yes,
I haven't seen it. He is in clothes.
Shows his genitals and everything.
What?
Cover them.
What?
Come on, dude.
That's the screaming, Abe. They're asking you to stop
screaming. Have you had caffeine today?
No,
that's
did you just say that it shows them nude?
Yes.
But wait, you just stated pajamas. Which is it?
It's
30-something photos, right?
And they found him. He was in a suitcase with his pillow and blanket, dressed in his pajamas and his jacket. When they take him to the.
Yeah, they're nude. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you saying it shows all that?
Yes.
She's made it brutal. She has made the biggest mistake ever.
Stop
and
screaming, please.
And I don't.
Stop screaming.
I don't care if I'm yelling.
Jesus Lord.
Doesn't it need to be yelled, idiots?
Dude, really? Oh, man.
You think it's wrong? Hey, bitch.
We all think it's fucking wrong, but we got people that are listening with earbuds.
But I'm not like y'all. I'm not a little bitch that won't yell it. It's wrong.
Yeah, we know it's wrong. It's fucking terrible. She is awful for doing this shit. This is not okay.
Yeah.
Not fucking okay.
She's over with. It's going to be done now. And I love Zav Girl. The naivety of her will do her in, and it's going to be over with now.
Yeah, it's
Did she get permission from that daddy to do this? Did the daddy say, okay, do it up?
No, I don't think any of the family said, okay, do it up.
So what's going to happen is she's going to not only lose her channel, she'll be sued.
Same thing that just happened to Critical K when she did it with the Andrakios.
Yes, and thank you. That was exactly my point to the lady that also was in agreement with that, right? Yeah, she's here. Voices for the remember that Critical K did make a mistake.
That was the same thing that I came into your chat. I said it. I said, Abe, I don't always agree. We don't ever agree. But on this one, we purposely. I mean, I'm sorry, we don't.
I mean, right, because you're an evil person that's talked about children before in many different deep ways. So yeah, I get that.
I mean, we agree.
I definitely don't agree with the shit you've done either. So yeah, I get that.
I mean, on this one, I mean, this is wrong. It wasn't okay when Critical K did it. It's not okay if Zav Girl's doing this. You don't put deceased people's photos behind a paywall and charge for it. You just don't do that shit.
I just don't see the point of it. To be honest with you, I just don't see the point.
And didn't Molly go lightly also do this as well?
I don't think so. I think she did the.
I think it was a picture of a little boy in his casket. I don't think it was.
Yeah, that was tasteless as well. An open casket visitation. God.
Yeah, I think Zav Girl topped them all. Basically,
I cannot believe that it includes nudity. She is like, what is her thinking on this? What is her critical thinking? Speaking of Critical K, on showing genitals and all. What the fuck? Are you telling me she didn't blur it out?
No, she didn't blur anything.
She didn't blur it out.
And I can't. That's
Thank
her.
God.
I can't with that. I'm sorry, that hollering's too much, man. I can't.
So she didn't blur it.
Oh, she didn't blur anything out. No, absolutely not.
God.
Absolutely not.
What is wrong with her? What?
And Thumb Thug, she doesn't think, and she isn't as naive as people think. I don't think she is either. I
don't believe that she's as naive as what Abe was saying she was. Not at all.
She's pretty naive when it comes to not knowing like how she can be sued to oblivion if this actually goes back to, you know what I mean? Like it's not a good idea. Also, it's like doesn't make sense to put it up because there's no educational. There's no like, oh, we're trying to investigate the case or stuff like that. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with this person? Like, does this woman?
Oh no! And then check this out. It gets even worse. It gets even worse. She zooms in on it and zooms in on his
Jesus Christ
parts, and yeah, it's really bad.
You know, like,
did you realize that could be considered CP?
I don't know about that. I don't know the laws of that, but you know,
I don't know about that, but I mean, she zooms in on like any stab wound or anything.
Holy fuck, Zav Girl, what are you doing? Like, really? Like, people used to like joke about how Zav Girl would go into the seat, like go zoom into people's images on the TikTok videos. Remember, she used to zoom in on these random people that she thought was in the party. And people
guys, it's not on YouTube, it's on Patreon.
Yeah.
And Patreon's terms of service are different than YouTube's.
Yeah, Zav Girl, I would suggest you take this one and immediately make like an apology, refund people's money, and get the fuck thing and start doing that now because this is really bad. Like, this is like, honestly, this is probably worse than, I'm going to say it's probably worse than what Betty or Dolly has done.
It's YouTube career ending. To be quite
frank. It's worse than them. I can't think of what they've done that would, like, when it came to posting stuff, would be that bad. Because if this was them, everyone on YouTube would be fucking shouting. Yeah, this is not good.
No way.
Unbelievable.
Isn't this? I don't know if it's illegal. I don't know the legality of posting because I think it's not. It's just really stupid to do.
And anybody that signed up for Patreon, I'm sure Patreon's had a big influx.
She's selling the pictures too, because I just came in a little while ago.
Well, yeah, Nick, they're on her Patreon. You
have $4.
Oh, same shit. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Join her Patreon. It's behind a paywall.
Jeez.
Isn't that like tampering with evidence or something like that?
Well, the case is over, so I don't know how
it's over. No.
Yeah.
Desecration of a body.
No, it's photo. It's a video, not that there's no body.
It's more about the moral, the ethical side of it versus, and because you can't find what's the educational purpose?
There's not.
Yeah, there's zero educational purposes. You know, like there was a trial. Everyone watched the trial. You know, just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. I don't know why she's doing it. It makes no sense. $3. You're going to do this for what? Like $300 maybe? 100 people sign up? I mean, really? You're going to really fuck yourself over and make yourself look this fucking terrible for $300?
She that hard up for
money? That hard up for money?
Yeah, I mean, like, Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with these people? Let me see. Yeah.
I always thought she might have been like, a little like the chest at night. Nah, that's not naive. She has to know better. There's no way around that.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be the one to say it because I'm the one with an addiction history. If you have somebody that's had addiction issues, they're not as naive as you believe that they are.
I was about to say, please don't say anything that goes into
No, I'm just saying, I used to have people buy that I was naive too.
No, I think she
that's
is.
Not the case here. She knows.
Well,
this is wrong.
I didn't complete my sentence, so you don't know what I was going to say. I think she's just basically. I mean, like I used to believe. Like I mean, I don't know. I don't know if she's naive or not. I just think she's very foolish. I think foolish is the more appropriate one because I would tell you, Zav, attorneys cost $250 an hour, so. Not a very smart move. Not a very smart move, ma'am. I would suggest you take it down now and start making your statement because if the family finds out about this, they're not going to be too fucking happy, and people are going to start talking. And you know what? There's a lot of people that followed that case from like day one are going to be very fucking pissed off about this because there's people that were following since that kid was missing. But whatever.
Who's that? Oh, hey, Joneson.
Joneson's in the back. Queen Joneson's.
I thought she was on here. Stoned.
Yeah, Zav, you're really fucked up. You're really, really fucked up for $3. Is there anyone on her side?
Hey, Johnson.
Hey, Johnson.
Oh, Lippy, those have gone out the fucking window. And with Zav, I thought we just complimented her and was like, oh, she's doing so good. She's been doing so good. Yeah, right.
Oops.
Not when you're showing pictures like she showed. They were fucking terrible.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really.
Has she addressed any of it yet on YouTube or no?
No, she's not. She's not going to address it. She's not going to address it unless it becomes bigger. But she's not going to.
She fucking knows better, and I hope they fucking sue her ass for all they can get. This is not okay.
Sunflower Girl says she's not listening. She's cutting her fingernails on her live right now.
Yeah.
Rome is. It's like you ever see like Rome is burning? Like Caligula's like playing the fucking what is it? The lyre while Rome is burning. That's her. That's her. Rome is burning. She's cutting her fucking nails. Doing her nails while Rome is burning.
Somebody go tell her to come over here and get a reality check real fucking quick.
She's not coming over.
Paging Zav Girl to Queen Bee's panel. Zav Girl to Queen Bee's panel.
You got some explaining to do.
No, Zav Girl, you have no explaining to do. Just take down the fucking photos from the page.
She came over here last time with Kylie Rodney when we were talking about that. Because
she sure did.
Sure did. So
yeah,
she might bring her ass home. But that's wrong as hell. I want to know why she felt like it was okay that and morally all right to post those pictures.
Why does she think like because it's on the internet it should be like just be everywhere? Like I remember we had that conversation with her and says, well, they posted their images on TikTok, so it's on the internet, so it's all right for me to live stream random people faces from their and just like see if they are near crime or something like that, or have some sort of relate to this crime or something. I'm trying to think of the words.
There's no getting out of this one. You know what I mean? There's no.
Well, the difference is
this way. Go ahead.
People upload autopsy photos all the time. It's part of the case. That's not the problem as much as charging.
Yes.
For these photos is the problem. Have some fucking grace.
Correct.
Yeah, how'd you get them, guys?
I'm sure I think she requested all the stuff from
FOIA.
Yeah.
So she's probably thinking, like, this is her thought process. I'm going to try to think in Zav Girl's thought process.
Oh, here we go. Uh-oh.
So she's thinking that she paid this money for the request, and she's like, oh, okay, so let me see if I can get the money back from these people. And it's not so bad. It's not that much money. I'm only requesting just to be paid back exactly what I put in to request these items, like these things.
Gee, I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Does
that make it less morally wrong?
That's going to be her excuse. That's going to be probably her excuse.
Him being a child is part of the problem, but
yeah,
For me, it comes with the territory in a sense of true crime. Like, if you're diving into cases, you want to know all the details. I get that part. I just don't get posting them. I don't get charging for
Behind a
them.
paywall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so gross.
It's the
Well,
paywall thing for
probably
me.
if she put that on YouTube, her channel would be gone. So that's probably why she hasn't
There's
put
a
it.
way to do. But wait, there's a way to do it respectfully by blurring things out, not zooming in on things.
Right.
There's a way to do it respectfully with educational and awareness purposes, matching it up with what was said in the, the documents,
Absolutely.
the court stuff. I would have no problems with that. I would be fine. I wouldn't be over here ready to just, y'all, I'm ready to fucking pop.
No, I think
This is fucked up.
Yeah, I think she's really fucked up this time. Really
Yeah,
fucked
it's
up.
not good.
And while Rome is burning, she's doing her nails. I mean, someone's gonna have to make a meme of this. Someone's gonna actually just get a picture. Matter of fact, can someone get a picture and just have a fire, a fire burning in the background while she's doing her nails would be the
While
perfect
Al
meme.
and Landon are probably getting so many calls, so many texts, so many emails about their child's shit being leaked, she's sitting there doing her fucking nails.
Yeah, I'm
Give
gonna
me
sit
a
there.
motherfucking break.
I'm gonna probably grab like a clip of her doing her nails, and I'm gonna put like a backdrop of fire burning. That's gonna be like, I'm definitely gonna make like a little video on that one just for my own fun.
Why doesn't somebody run right over there and tell her to come on, bring her ass?
They already are. They have been.
Well, not bring her ass. Just take. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Like, are you really this like dense? Does she have like anyone that actually talks to her? And,
all right,
like,
Abe, I'll let you back up one more time. Start that holler, and I'm taking you right back down.
All right. I won't yell.
No,
all right, man.
I
Cool to
just
stay
got
up here.
I got a lot of passion in me. Okay.
I feel that. I'm just as mad. I'm fucking pissed.
I can't hold it in sometimes.
It's all right, buddy.
Hey, who is that?
It's Jones and me.
Miss Johnson? You look like that other YouTuber that uploads named something. Yeah, okay. You're very pretty. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I agree.
That's sweet.
This just tops Justin trying to unblur Kylie Rodney.
Oh yeah, this definitely. Yeah, this shit takes the cake.
Yeah.
You see it? I'll tell you right now. If you're bold enough,
Don't be bold enough, guys. Don't be bold
Hey,
enough.
by the way, hey, Queen Bee, Lorelai says hi. Where is she at lately?
I saw her around.
Here.
Earlier.
I
saw her
love
this afternoon.
Lorelai.
I do
Yeah.
too. She's in here.
She's great. I've known her for years now, and Lorelai's a doll. So she says that you're a good person, Queen Bee. Did you know that?
Wait, what? Queen Bee's a good
I
person?
like her.
Yeah. Lorelai loves you a lot, and she gets on to my ass all the time about your ass, Queen Bee.
You be talking shit. She's like, nah, stop that. That's my fucking friend, man.
Yeah, no, I love Lorelai. I do. I really do. I've known her for a long time.
She's good people, really. She is. I love her too.
She's got some big ass titties too.
Hey now,
Damn,
dude.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to realize that Abe, he's going to say one good thing and then he's going to just immediately take it back with something like fucking.
And she has some of the most kick-ass antiques of all time, and she has the real y'all Monkey Shines monkey in her house. I'm sorry to yell, but the Monkey Shines movie, if you remember the handicapped man with the monkey, yes.
Nope.
And she used to own an antique store, and she has a lot of black memorabilia as well. If you remember the Night Watchers with the lantern. Mm-hmm.
By the way, Lippy, sorry for your loss. By the way, Lippy, just saying that. Don't says Lippy.
Oh God, who had a loss? Oh,
one of our family members passed.
Oh,
well,
Lippy, I'm so
thoughts and
sorry.
prayers with them. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. Sorry, Lippy.
But
she's Sav is now saying. Okay, the Rylers. Do you want to go ask her what's the education that she's giving out of this?
Oh, did she say she's educating people?
Yep.
But
She
wait,
said
do
that-
y'all know why it's really bad though? Because did y'all see the
Educate.
did y'all see the very interesting video she did where you can hear Gannon screaming though? Am I the
No.
only one? Oh my
What?
God, before all this happened, I want y'all to go to her channel, and I ain't gonna lie, she's the only true crime YouTuber doing it up. And yes, you can hear Gannon screaming on these videos where there's a daddy and a little girl walking on the street. She did it recently, and I think that it does matter in many ways because yes, you can hear Gannon screaming, and it also sounds like wood boards hitting him or gunshots. I'm not lying, y'all. That's why I don't want Zav Girl to go away. This is important here.
Wait, before
Look
you
it
start
up.
making this, what video is this? What video in
It's
particular?
very recent videos about hearing Gannon screaming. And I'm all
Oh,
the way 100 with her on this because yes,
Gannon screaming
you
heard on
can
a Ring
audibly hear
doorbell.
him. Yeah, you can audibly hear screaming. There's no lie about it. And she's the
listen,
only YouTuber doing it.
Abe, I get what you're saying because just the other night on my channel, we was like praising her. Like, I'm glad she's putting this shit out here in chronological order and making it easier to
Yes.
understand. But
Right.
then why did she have to go to this extent?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
She's
saying?
saying it's the
Exactly,
science.
man.
I was just listening to her for a minute and she was saying like it's the science of it and for her it's to learn and she just wants to learn about a case that she's been really, really invested in.
So
She
what's the
doesn't
point in
care.
charging?
I
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
morbid, but wait, I get
turn the
morbid
paywall off.
curiosity though. Morbid curiosity is a very
Well, maybe
valid thing.
I get
it's the only
that
place
too.
she could put it to share it with people is maybe
But
I'm
how
just
can you
trying to
go
play
from
devil
like
advocate.
Then
but how
do
can
a
you go
private
from like the
fucking
only
group.
YouTuber just showing Gannon screaming to
I'm not
this?
saying
Like
this
you had
is
something
right.
going there, Zav Girl. Nobody else is showing this, and yes, it is real. You can hear Gannon screaming. I need y'all to look at these videos. That's why I don't want this creator to get messed over. She's got a lot of talent. It's true. And you can literally hear like
Disagree.
She
there's
did
a
it to
lot of
herself,
debate
man.
about this. You can either hear the boards
I don't
hitting,
feel sorry for her.
or a lot of people say it's the 3 gunshots, and you can hear 3 thuds and all that, and him screaming in her latest videos, y'all. And she's the only one
That still
uploading it.
doesn't make it less disgusting, Abe.
No, it doesn't, but that's why I want to save her. Because she's creating good content here,
Stop
but
screaming,
she's a
ladies.
naive
I'm not
lesbian.
screaming.
She
She's a
is a
naive
naive
lesbian.
lesbian.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Well,
Sexual
she can
orientation
sign
has
this
nothing to do with that.
deal.
Did
And
you know
she's
that
not
she's
naive.
listen,
As
you
I
don't know
said
about a
earlier,
relationship. It's not about that. It's not about LGBTQ. She is trying to move in with her new partner in life, okay? Listen up. And she's doing everything she can. They live states away. They visited, yes.
Yeah, everything
But
she
that's
can.
why I think that it's clouding her judgment. She's lesbian horny.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Come on,
So
man.
you're
Yeah.
saying she's trying to get the money up so that
seriously.
they can move in together?
Yes, I followed her for a long time, and they want to move in together, and
Yeah.
they have different issues. I don't know.
But you're
There's
saying that's
something
why
going
she's
on wrong
charging for
here.
this and making
Yeah,
bad decisions.
yeah. There's just something clouding her judgment. I think it's love. Remember, love is blind, though. It's not just
Okay,
about
then Abe,
lesbianism.
explain about the bad behavior with Kylie Rodney's case then.
I don't remember what she did with her. A lot of people showed the underwater clips, right? I mean,
Okay.
Kylie Rodney was a dumb drunk at a party. I don't really care
So,
about her.
you
I'll
know
be
what?
honest.
Don't say
All right.
that.
I
I
can't.
mean, you
I
don't think
can't
that
with
she
you. You're
was
so
like on drugs
disrespectful.
that night? So
That's
you saying, are
disrespectful.
you all saying that she wasn't intoxicated
I
on
think you're a
drugs?
dumb fuck. How's that sound for saying that?
Are you saying that
You're a
she
piece of
wasn't on
trash for
drugs
saying
or
what you
drunk that
what you
night?
just said. You're a piece of trash. That's what I'm going to say
Did
to
you
you
see
right
the
now,
autopsy, idiot?
They said she
bro.
wasn't drunk, boo.
Yeah, they
Bro,
said
you
Okay,
need to
listen,
Okay,
Queen,
so
take a
the
can
walk.
you go
autopsy
away?
came back clear.
You need to take a walk, homie.
Are you telling me that the autopsy was clear of drugs?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Pull it up. I want to see that.
No,
I ain't
you
got
get
that
found
shit on
when you go
hand,
look
man.
for it. We're
Oh, you
tired
don't
of
have it
we're
on
tired
hand,
of
right?
you.
Are you telling me that the autopsy had no drug involvement?
That's what it said, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
And that the amount of alcohol that was in her system was due
Oh
to
wait,
decomp.
now you mentioned alcohol though. What's that about?
It's due to decomp in the
Yeah.
liver
Well, that is true. That can be true. Yes.
because it was like a tiny amount, and they said it was from the decomp.
That is true. When you decomposition, alcohol can be present. You're right. I can admit
Well,
when
if
I'm
you've
wrong
seen,
here, people.
I mean, if you've seen the driving, like in the night
Why
video
the
of like
fuck are you going to
driving,
drive into a lake, though? Do you not think that she
it's
wanted to
very,
commit
it's very
suicide?
easy to get lost in with that lake. It's like
You don't think
literally,
that that was suicide?
no, that was not suicide. What happened was it was very, she took the wrong turn. It was very dark. If you've seen, there was actually a person that drove at night to show who was familiar with the area. And if you were not familiar with that area and you just took the wrong turn, you could have easily just drove off
Yeah,
very
but
easily.
did you see the video of her car going into the lake where the headlights disappear?
Yeah.
I did see the, no, I see that video. I've seen two sides
Yeah,
of that.
I've actually watched that video. That's called suicide.
What do you mean that's
Yeah, I
called
mean, how drunk?
suicide?
Now, wait. This lady just stated
Bro,
that
you don't know
there's
what you're
no.
talking about, and you're saying
Wait,
this
wait,
shit,
wait.
man.
This lady just stated she wasn't drunk from the party, right? Correct?
It was an
So,
accidental
again, why would
death
you drive your car into a lake?
because it was an accident.
So she did
Oh
a
God,
Susan
oh.
Smith and did it up?
No,
Okay.
people get into accidents all the
Who's your
time.
Are you
leader?
saying that you accidentally
Somebody,
might? You're telling me that you're
Queen.
going to accidentally drive into a fucking lake?
Yes, if
Bro,
you've
are
seen
you
the video
serious
at
right
night.
now?
Wait,
Oh
wait,
my
wait, guys,
God,
calm down,
Jake.
calm down. If you've seen the video
Really?
at night, you would see that it's very easy. You just take one wrong
But you
turn
just
and you're
stated you
so.
didn't see the full video that I've seen.
No. There's two videos. There's one with the thing with the video like from the lighthouse, whatever, what the fire,
It is
whatever. I'm
far
trying
away.
to.
You're right.
No,
It's
but
very.
there's also a
Wait, it's far
video.
away. Yeah.
Oh, wait. There's also a video of a person who lived in the area that drove at night with her car and showed it what it was like at night when you take
Oh
it.
my
It's
God, are
very,
you telling me a recreation, dude?
yes, there was a recreation of
Oh
someone
my
actually doing
God,
that.
fuck the fuck out of here with that, man.
Bro, it was a video of her. You know what you're talking about. Speak.
You telling me
when you
that
know
a
what you're talking
recreation?
about, bro.
So you're telling me that a recreation is real life, dude?
It was her. Oh wow.
Well, it's a
Fuck me in the
recreation.
Everybody
ass.
pause.
It was in real
Pause.
You
life.
gotta be dumb as fuck saying that. I'm just saying, dude. Come
All
on.
right, listen, the chat is
Well,
I don't
just
give a shit about
hey,
the chat. I'm telling you that a recreation isn't
don't
real
come up here
life.
to start shit.
a
I'm not
recreation
starting nothing. I'm
is.
gonna be myself.
I know, but I'm
Saying
saying,
that a
why do you come
recreation
on
don't
here?
mean nothing.
Just calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
You telling me that a
Tra-
recreation is real life, man?
I've been very
A,
nice.
a recreation is basically to show
I
you
didn't
the
say
eyes of
that.
the driver, the eyes of the person driving.
Hey, who
If you're
puts
driving
their
at
car in
night,
gear and goes, "Wow, let's go into the lake"?
you couldn't see the lake. It was really dark. You really
So
couldn't see
her
it
headlights
until like
disappeared into a lake.
you're talking about. Have you ever camped at night and seen how dark it gets out in
I
the
get
woods,
it. You
man?
don't have the parking brake on, and oh my God,
I
your car
mean,
rolls down a hill.
I've camped in the woods. It's dark. You could
Abe,
barely
would you
see.
listen to take in the
Are
information
you telling me
instead of
that she had a
listening to
bad parking
respond,
brake, dude?
please?
Are you telling
Bro,
me
you
she
know
had a
now you're
bad parking?
trolling, man. Now
So
you're just
wait,
trolling.
what you're saying is no. Listen to me. You're telling me that she had a bad
I'm
parking
straight.
brake, dude?
No, I'm telling you that she
No,
took the
nobody
wrong
said
turn.
that.
You do
And
realize
she
that her car
drove,
stopped
and there's a
before
very
that.
steep hill. There's like a hill. You don't even see the hill. You go right over it, and you go into the water. And when you go into the water, it's so fast. Your car goes down so fast. There's not
Tell
enough
me that
time.
if you go into water with your car, you don't realize that you're in water in your windshield and shit.
It goes down so quickly. You saw how quickly it went down. Once it goes
Actually,
down,
if
so
you look back at the Susan Smith case from South Carolina, it takes
Okay,
a
hold
long
Hold
time
up,
for.
Abe.
Wait,
well,
let me
Abe.
you
finish.
said
Let me finish.
No, Abe.
Can I
Stop.
finish,
You need to
please?
stop. Abe.
You need to look at the Susan Smith case, buddy. It takes a long time for a car to
well,
go down.
you saw the video of the actual the fire
No,
fire
look
camera.
at the Susan Smith case.
Well,
It takes a
you're
long
comparing,
time
but
for
you
that.
saw the video of Kylie going down, and it was very quickly. The light was like literally gone.
It doesn't
Very
matter about
quickly.
the headlights, dude. Did you know that a car floats?
Yes, for a momentary floats and then
It
flips.
does.
Yeah.
No, wait. Again, go back to the Susan Smith trial. It doesn't float
What?
for a moment. Let me talk.
I fucking can't.
I'm
I'm
coming
letting you
with
talk.
facts
Calm
now, you
down.
guys.
Calm
Let
down.
me
No one's
finish,
trying to talk over you.
please.
Go.
Paging Queen.
Can I please finish? I want you to look into the Susan Smith trial.
Many
It
of us
takes
are
a
well aware of
long
that
time.
case.
Can I not finish or what?
Yeah, let him finish. Let him finish.
On the recreation, like you're saying that they did with their car, it takes a long time, not headlights, y'all, for that car to go down.
Have you looked at other cars going into water? There's lots of
I'm
those. You just Google
specifically
it.
referring to the Susan Smith trial.
Well, I'm just saying
But
there's
that
a lot
is
of other
one
cases
They
other than
recreated
Susan
it.
Smith. What?
It
Why
doesn't
are you
matter.
asking me?
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
God. Thank you, Queen.
Y'all are just haters. I like Abe.
Bro, he's talking
You
trash.
could go with him too then.
He is trash. What he just said about Kylie Ross
Hey.
is trash. That is trash.
That's so uncalled for what he said tonight, Jones, and all of it.
Tell him Zav Girl is asking for him to come
Okay,
on her
yeah,
panel.
it is.
All right, Abe, go on her panel. I want to
Oh
see
my
this. Please.
Yeah, go
Poor
on
Zab
that
girl. She's like, all
panel.
I want to do is I mean, I kind of understand because I know, because Zab is like upset when she gets into a case, she's like obsessed and she wants to see every little possible thing for her own brain. And there's other people
And I
that she
get
feels
that.
are
That's why I
similar.
said I get that.
And the only reason she said she
Yeah,
put it
but posting
behind
an
the
11-year-old
paywall.
child autopsy photos is too much.
No, it is too much. I think it's too much too, but I'm just trying to explain to you what
Well,
she's
yeah, I
saying.
mean, I get being obsessed because we're obsessed too. We're nosy as fuck, and I understand that. Like, I get that, you know what I mean? But I think posting this, he's, you know, for one, he's only 11. He's not an adult. He's not, you know what I mean? It just,
Yeah,
it
no, I
bothers
understand.
me.
I understand that. And she
You
said the
lied
reason
to
she
me,
put it
Coco.
behind the paywall was to make it private, so people knew what they were getting to, and they weren't. She wasn't just putting it anywhere. Like she would never
Then
put it
how
on
about
YouTube.
just
She
have
said.
separate, then just email it out to the people that want to see it. Don't put it
That's a good
behind
way
a
to do it
paywall.
too. Yeah, that's true.
It's
She could do it
because
that
Yeah,
way.
she paid a
yeah.
lot of money. She said she paid a lot of money for those.
Oh, she did. Oh,
So hell yeah, she did. She said she ordered the Letitia Stout trial, everything, and she ordered a lot of fucking and she paid a lot of money for it.
Yeah,
I'm
so that's
sorry,
my
but that's
Singer, you can find my email in my little about me section on my YouTube.
Like,
Yeah, holler
you want
at
me
me
to
on email.
that's you, baby?
Stop talking shit in chat. No, you good.
Okay, baby.
You good. Just letting them know there's somewhere else they can contact me.
Right.
See, I don't mind if like as
dude,
long
I
as Abe.
apologize.
No, that's fine.
Jonesy,
As long as
no,
if
hang on, me,
I'm
Tim.
sorry.
Jonesy, I apologize. I come across really snippy on that one, and I shouldn't have been. Abe had me just in
What do you
a
mean?
lane when I said you should go with him too. Then I apologize.
Oh,
That
I
was
didn't
super
even
rude.
hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
I don't really get too
I
emotional.
just wanted, like, I just got, like, he just gets me all, like, with the way he yells and argues and argues and argues, it just gets me, like, all up in my number 11s, and I shouldn't even be up there.
Yeah,
So
but I don't
I'm
really
really
like.
sorry.
Honestly, voices like with him. The only thing I like, I'm glad he didn't say any sort of like,
Yeah,
sexist or racist things. I mean, like that was an accomplishment. So as
Yeah,
long as
he
he's
says
just like,
stupid shit, but I don't know.
yeah, as long as he doesn't say that, I can handle him raising his voice a little bit and calling
What
me
he
an
said
idiot.
about her just being some drunk girl that drove into
Yeah.
Lake, I ain't having that. I'm sorry.
Believe me, that's the only thing.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not saying I condone the
No, I
things
know.
he says,
I
but
know.
I mean, I can tolerate a little fuckery. You know what I'm saying? I can
Yeah, I get
be
it.
like, I can still be friendly
Right, but
even though
that's
he's
the difference.
saying stupid shit.
Even though you can tolerate it, we had comments flying saying, make him stop, I can't, I'm going to leave. Like those
Oh, I
kind of
know,
things.
I
There
know.
were so many comments that were asking for it to stop
Yeah.
that even though we can tolerate it, there's more of the chat than there is us. You know what I mean? We also
Yeah,
don't
but
want to ruin somebody else's evening.
I get it.
Yeah,
But he's definitely very high. He's drinking the same coffee as Betty's drinking.
he
It's
does,
very.
Lippy.
He's,
Yeah, he's wild, man.
oh, he's
Does
He
anybody
definitely
always
have any
comes
wild.
in here to
Yeah.
sage?
stir some shit up and make.
Oh
I
my
was
god, does
shocked.
anybody got any sage?
He likes
Can
to
we
make
light
people
it?
uncomfortable.
Honestly,
But
bro.
Jonesy, that's not
Boy,
okay
did it.
to do to people. Not
Honestly,
okay to do.
I've sat on the panel with Ryan Upchurch for 4 hours. I can handle sitting there for 5 minutes. Just saying, if you sat through that shit show,
Jesus.
holy fuck. I don't mind people calling me
Speaking
stupid.
of, we're about to put that on. So here, we'll do the hold on. We will do the press conference with what's a presser with Quanell or whatever. We'll get that out the way real quick because we were going to do that anyways. So
Holy
here's
fuck.
yeah,
That
here's
was crazy.
So we'll get this out the way, and then we'll do the lawsuit with them.
Continuing our coverage on Rudy Farias. It's grabbing the world's attention, and it's leaving everyone with some more questions than answers. There are conflicting stories that Janie Santana.
What are we watching right now? Sorry, I was reading stupid shit. What? What are we watching?
His press conference.
The guy did a video on.
Police say that
Yeah, he did a press conference.
was made on March 7th, 2015, but Farias returned home the next day.
Oh.
Investigators say they made contact with Farias and his mother over the years, but they would always give police fake names and birth dates.
Quanell had a presser over at their house today, so I wanted to watch it. Allison, I don't know who you are or what you got going on in here, but you have a good night, okay? I just ain't got time for your bullshit.
Bye, Felicia.
So Fox 26's Matthew Seedorf has been reporting every new development all week long and is live in the newsroom with what we're learning right now. Matthew, what's the latest?
Well, Caroline, right now tonight, Rudy is staying with a family friend, not his mother. Again, though, so far, no arrests have been made in this case, but some family members think that needs to change.
Rudy is a victim.
Calls for arrest Friday in a press conference outside the home of Rudy Farias' mother, where Rudy lived in secret after being reported missing 8 years ago.
I came here to let Rudy know we're not afraid to come to your house of terror.
Based on Rudy's interview, there were no reports of sexual abuse reported.
Houston police and activist Quanell X sharing conflicting messages about a conversation Rudy, Quanell, and an investigator had Wednesday regarding what happened those 8 years and a mysterious relationship between the now 25-year-old and his mother.
I interviewed him, and no, there was no. I'm trained to listen for probable cause. I'm trained to listen for statements that can help me get charges or move forward with a case. And no, there was no statements made during this investigation so far.
HPD, don't try me. Because I got it on record, what he said to me. But for the sake of the victim, I'll respect that young man's dignity, as my lawyers told me to. But if you try me with your lies again, I'll let everybody hear what that young man said.
He basically didn't tell me verbally, but he looked at me in the eye and then he shed his tears and he cried with me and he cried about it.
Rudy's aunt, Pauline Sanchez, hugging Rudy Thursday for the first time since he went missing in 2015.
It was beautiful.
The two having some time to catch up.
I did mention Quanell. I said, what you told Quanell, was it the same? He said, yeah.
Houston police tweeting this Friday night saying this missing person investigation is active and ongoing. We ask that everyone respect the investigation process.
I cannot believe, and I refuse to believe, that there's not a single charge that they can come up with.
I have reached out to Rudy's mother for answers and any sort of comment. So far, I haven't heard back. Live in the news.
Wow.
Tough guy. Real tough guy, that guy is.
I mean, he just essentially said that law enforcement lied.
Well, he also talked about how he called up one of the law enforcement that was originally investigating the case, and she made the statement that she believed it was the mother, and he's implying some sort of law enforcement kind of like in cahoots with the mother, implying, and it's just a weird story. And he just stands in front of the house. Kind of reminds me of another character, a couple of characters on YouTube that stand in front of houses of open investigations and then proceeds to say a lot of things, without really showing any proof, and basically, just, that type of deal. Yeah. Insurance. That was the first private investigator. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. That was the first private investigator. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, there was insinuation of like insurance fraud. Like, was that even confirmed that there was insurance paid out?
I don't know. Again, I haven't found.
Matter of fact,
I haven't really had a chance to research outside of panel.
Okay, so this is Novelist True Crime. He follows this pretty close. He has a really, really good channel. I suggest you guys go over there and sub up to him if you want to follow this really closely. He has everything over there. He makes a playlist so you can find it all in a nice little, like he has it all like nice and neat. So I think he got this from Grizzy. I could be wrong, but it's like the full, I believe the full, it's like 23 minutes, so we're not going to watch it all, but it's quite a bit. So I'm going to flip it.
That young boy told us how she would lock him in a room and leave him locked in there. That woman a straight up monster. That in this house, she made him sleep in the bed with her all the time. She would kiss him in the mouth when she made him get in the bed with her in this rotten ass house. That detective is an absolute liar. I have come here today to speak that which that young man spoke to me. I have come here today to clear up one thing in particular. The lie that HPD told me. HPD said that no sexual abuse was reported. That detective is an absolute liar. He sat there with me for 1 hour and 15 minutes and listened to every word Rudy said to me. In fact, he told the detective, I want Quanell to stay. And Grizzy was right there with us. Rudy asked, could he go home with me? He asked the detectives, can I go home with Quanell? She's right. We have witnesses to this. This detective heard everything Rudy said to me. But he was angry with me also because the detective did not want me in the meeting. He did not want me in the room. And it really got confrontational. We have the video of he and I's heated argument about them asking me to come in and them not, the cops not wanting me to go in. The detective heard Rudy say to me out of his own mouth, detective sitting right next to me, that in this house, she made him sleep in the bed with her all the time. And that young boy said to me and that detective that I did not like it. I didn't want to do it, that she was crossing boundaries. And she would not respect my space and respect my boundaries. He said to that detective right in front of me that she would kiss him in the mouth when she made him get in the bed with her in this rotten ass house. She forced that boy to play daddy. She forced that young man to be her husband. He said to me in front of the detective, she told me I had to be her husband. He said to me in front of that detective, she said, I got to be the daddy now.
Exploitation at its finest.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm kind of torn here. I don't know what to think because the police department came out and said that he's trained to,
right?
You know what I'm saying, to catch on to this stuff. I mean, and he's not a kid; he's a fucking adult. He's 25 years old.
Queen, I feel like this is about an issue with Quanell X versus the Houston Police Department. And they're using Rudy as the in to start the fight between him and HPD. I just, that's the impression I'm getting from this.
I agree, Voices, totally. Because this is Selena.
Hey, Selena.
This is exactly what Quanell does. He's done it for years. He gets a story going because he's.
This is the guy that was lying about Felicia Johnson, the case that girl covered so closely. Yes. He lied. He lied in that case and messed that one up. Hang on, let me get back up here to her comment. This man lied about Felicia, called racism and trafficking in a strip club. It was so wrong and so far off base. Yes, ma'am. I agree with you.
I call him Quanell
all the time. He's done it for years.
Because he's corny.
Yeah.
Who's this little guy to the right? Is this okay? Who's the guy that we see in the color?
He's got the Black Panther standing behind him. He's got the what's that lady's name?
That's the aunt, right?
No, the one in the cowgirl hat standing on the other side of him. She's there's some, I'm trying to think of who it is, but there was a like a poster that said Presser has had Grizzly Hood News. And then it had Quanell X on it, and then it had that lady on there too with the cowgirl hat. I can't think of her name.
Well, I'm going to say that she got a kick-ass hat. I mean, she got a nice curl on her brim. I actually like the shape of her hat. That's a really nice shaped hat.
It's a cute hat. I really like it.
He said to me in front of that detective that she would come in the restroom while he was in the shower and she would get naked completely herself.
Now, he can say
right here behind him with the red hat on.
He can say what he wants to in front of the cops. The cops won't do anything. He has got to sit down with the cops and tell them himself and make his statement.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to say this real quick. I keep getting interrupted, but he's got a bulletproof vest on is what it looks like to me. Do you see like the...
Oh, yeah, 100% he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
thought the Black Panthers kicked him out.
I thought they did too, but...
Wait, but these are the new Black Panthers.
The new Black Panthers kicked him out. It wasn't the old Black Panthers. There's
Maybe it's just a few of them there to support him or something.
Maybe they're ex-ones or something. Who knows? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. I just know what you know what I mean? Everybody's running with it, so.
Yep.
And pull the curtain back on that young boy, and I'll leave it right there because the rest will make you want to vomit. So for HPD to say that no sexual abuse was reported to them, they're absolute liars. That man heard everything that I heard.
Thank God it rained.
I'm standing here speaking the truth of what Rudy said to me. I'm standing here fighting for that young man. I beg the detective, don't allow Rudy to go home with this woman. Don't allow Rudy to leave with this woman. I begged them to do something to stop him. I said to the detective, all three of them, after what you and I just heard in that room with that young man, how in the hell can you allow that boy to leave with that woman? And the detective said to me, because he is an adult, there's not a lot we can do about it. The detective, I also said to him, I said, sir, you know everything that young boy just told us. You cannot allow him to leave with her. That young boy told us how she would lock him in a room.
Oh, cut your shit.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Joe.
They all like huddle around him and stuff. It's pouring down rain. He's still out there hollering.
Yeah.
Fucking dramatic.
That was God saying, get the F out of here.
Everything he's saying could be true. We don't know.
We don't know.
Well, it has nothing to do with that.
It could be, but like Selena was saying, you have the police. Rudy's gonna have to go and tell the police that they're not gonna be able to arrest him on Quanell or his recording. He's a grown man. That's not gonna work that way.
What if Quanell led him to make those statements?
Exactly. That's what they're saying. It's not. He's gonna have to go into the police and make that statement to them himself. He's, you know what I mean? He's not going to be able to use the recording.
Tim, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Remember the other day you said you know, you're putting it in the air so people think things and whatnot. That's what I feel like he was. I think you were actually commenting on this guy at one point.
No, I think I was commenting about something else probably.
Oh, you're a little staticky.
You're super fuzzy, bub.
Well, Mom, give me a second.
I agree.
Boy told us how she would give him drugs, mushrooms as he called them. That young boy talked about how the drugs would cause him to hallucinate. She lied and told me when I first talked to her that the Hispanic young man that was seen here was her ex-boyfriend. And then when we were in the meeting with the detectives, she said it was her nephew. She'd been telling lies for years. So you mean to tell me
that part's true?
Houston Police Department. This woman can tell multiple lies to law enforcement.
She can raise money all on GoFundMe pages. I talked with the investigator for Lyft today who worked on this case for years, the private investigator. She would raise money for Miss Jimmy. And one time,
I'm not saying what he's saying isn't true. He's just exploiting
Right.
it. Rich.
I'm saying, yeah, because she did lie for years. She did accept money from the GoFundMe. You know what I mean? She did make a GoFundMe and she did take the money from him. I'm not even sure how many were even set up. I have no idea because I haven't followed this from the beginning, but it definitely gives a lot of families. It leaves a lot of families who, you know, met her and helped her and thought they were doing right by her and confided in her and talked to her about their missing child's case, or, you know, put flyers out or took time out of their child's case to put flyers out for her child. You know what I'm saying? Like Tina said, there's a damn billboard. You know, I mean, there's got to be something she can be held accountable. She got held accountable in some way, shape or form for this, because there's a lot of resources that were used and things like that, you know what I mean?
Yep, for sure.
She said when she raised the money for her, she only came for 5 minutes, picked up the $2,000 and drove off and left, and didn't even thank the people who was raising the money on behalf of Rudy to look for him. I cannot believe, and I refuse to believe, that there's not a single charge that they can come up with to put this woman in jail, so a judge can tell her you can have no contact with the victim, just like you do in domestic violence cases. If a man gets arrested, put his hands on a wife, God forbid, they tell him that you cannot have any contact.
He has to file it.
The DA said he's not going to press charges right now, that there's nothing that he's going to wants to press charges on. However, I will say this, you guys, if the situation, hey, Don, baby, you're up here with us. If the situation was on the other foot and we were dealing with a grown man and a teenage daughter, or a daughter that went missing when she was 17, or I'm going to mute you real quick because you got feedback, Don. Try to mute your YouTube if you can.
Yeah, you're absolutely right with that.
Yeah, if this was if the situation was different and it wasn't a man and it was a girl who went missing when she was 17 and she left and came back, do you know how outraged people would be to see there and then to say that they were sleeping together and he was rubbing her hair and he was making her sleep in the bed and he was, do you know his ass would be in there quicker than shit?
Exactly.
Check with the victim. Rudy is a victim. The reason why he was so willing to lie is because she had convinced him that the police had warrants out for his arrest because he had ran away. And she told him, because you ran away and they were looking for you and they spent resources looking for you, that you have a warrant for your arrest. And if they catch you, you're going to jail. She had convinced the young man to wear an assumed name because he thought he was in trouble for running away.
I believe that.
He also said to us, me and the detective, on more than one occasion, he put his head down in tears right before he began to talk about him playing daddy at her request, and he got to be the husband. He has to be the husband for me to see. He said, I don't want my mama to go to prison. I don't want my mama to go to jail. On yesterday, when the question was asked, was it?
Absolutely, he don't want his mama to go to jail. He's been with her. That's all he knows. And that's, I mean, he lost his dad. He lost his brother. He lost most of his family. She cut him off from everybody else as far as we know. Damn, everybody dropped all at one time. Oh, no.
No.
Oh,
I'm still here.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. I was rolled on the other side. Because now everybody dropped at once. But anyhow, yeah, I just...
It just feels like he's exploring. I don't know. There's something about it.
But this is the thing. Everybody's forgetting. People don't like Quanell or whatever his name is. Fine. That's perfectly fine. Does he have an ulterior motive? Probably so. But if he didn't step forward, this would have never gotten the attention that it has gotten now. The bottom line is this kid is probably, or young man is a victim. Whether he was, consensual at 17 or not, he's mentally, they've said he's kind of slow. I mean,
we don't know any of that.
But I mean, this is what people have said, the family. I'm just going by what
Yeah.
I've been following this case pretty, closely. And then I
Yeah.
was just on Laura's page. Laura, it's like, okay, if you don't like Quanell and you think he's a racist, yeah, he probably is. Like, but I told you earlier, my husband is a Philadelphia police officer. He's African American. I'm Caucasian, okay? And if you live in the hood, you don't trust the police, because Laura's like, well, why didn't people call the police and neighbors? Because in these hoods, people don't trust the police because the police do bad things. And my husband's a police officer.
But the problem is that he only gave, 2 minutes? Like, he walked out of the interview room and went out there and did that press conference. Like, he didn't even give them 5 minutes of a shot.
He said he was in there for an hour, and he's claiming now, he could be lying, by no means. He says he has it on tape. And is there police corruption? Absolutely. Because let me tell you something. My husband, like I said, has encountered racism on the job, and it's supposed to be a thin blue line. Explain that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, let's be realistic, Like, these people don't trust the police. I'm white, and I get nervous when the police pull me over, and I'm a cop's wife, and I have a badge.
Yeah.
I get nervous. Like, you never know. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's just not right. Like, and this poor kid, they should have still took her in for questioning. Like, you steal from Walmart and they process you longer. You know what I mean? They'll take you in for questioning. They didn't even question her. Like, does he have an ulterior motive? Possibly, but maybe he doesn't. But whether your personal opinions about him, and again, I've seen him in a few different true crime cases, where he gets involved and stuff. Look, he got the kid to open up. The kid requested him. He wanted Quanell X to say, and he's saying he has this on tape. I mean, when he proves it's true, then maybe we can all look at him in a different way. But he's definitely his website. I went and checked out his website. It's like a lot of Black Panther things, and that's not promoting unity.
The only thing I want to hear from those recordings is where he asked law enforcement, supposedly 3 times, is there something I'm not supposed to go out there and say to this presser?
Yes.
And they supposedly told him no. Yeah, I want to hear that. Let's hear that. That ain't re-victimizing Rudy. Let's hear that portion.
Yeah, and I do, I think he had, he did handle it wrong, going out and saying, oh, he had to play daddy or husband, whatever. Again, you could have left out the details. Again, this is a victim, but I think he's more of a shock factor, like a Howard Stern, like a shock jock. This is how he gets his attention. This has got the media. Look, they had all over, nationwide media. Normally, they don't care. There's Philadelphia, my husband's the district my husband works in, every night there's at least 5 or 6 homicides. Do you think any of them make it to the news? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, nobody, he didn't specifically request Corny, I don't think. If I'm not mistaken, Grizzy was the reason Corny was there.
Yeah, she said Grizzy reached out to him, but then the mother, he claims that he spoke with the mother, and the mother said, look, I feel like the police are trying to push this on me. Could you kind of come in and, just be my advocate? I guess you're talking about people and again, by no means am I trying to be classism, but these people, they don't have access to attorneys, legal aid. They don't know, you know what I mean? As far as they know, the police are going to railroad them. You know what I mean? They're going to pin this on you and something else. So they were probably, scared. So they bring them in and, he said he sensed something wasn't right. I mean, the poor kid, it just sounds like he's been through hell regardless. You know what I mean? Whether, the mother did do this or she didn't, the bottom line is she lied, she took money. You know what I mean? She has all these fake accounts. I mean, something is really wrong with her. And then,
oh, absolutely.
And I said, it's like a rabbit hole that you literally go down in this hole. And every time you turn around, it's another hole pops out. It's like, oh, wait, now the aunt was molested by the father. And now tonight she was throwing shade about an uncle or something. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, what's really weird is that this woman basically sat there with other people who had missing kids and pretended, allegedly pretended to have a missing kid, and it's like you're sitting. That's
for a fool.
Absolutely.
That's incredible to me. Even if we say we don't, let's say the whole allegations of her doing something with her son is not true. Just basically knowing where her son was and just doing that, that's horrible to me. And I just, you know, it's a terrible situation all around. I don't think this is really bad.
And when he went outside, he knew the media was there. You know what I mean? He knew
he did.
Yeah, he's definitely like a shock factor type of person. You know, he does things, you know, for the shock factor. And sure, he's somehow going to make. But Laura was just saying like, oh, this is a lawsuit. This is just about him. You know, about him. Like I said, honestly, I called the lady with the cowgirl hat. I said that's Sister Soldier. Like she did her homework. She read off all them, you know, all those codes and charges. But hey, she did her homework. She was right. I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. Like they didn't even take her in for questioning. Like, you know,
that's crazy to me. Like,
I don't necessarily trust the police either.
No, I'm gonna exactly. I could send you a video. There was where I'm living. There was a white guy who was drunk last week. He literally was cursing the police out. Me and my son is mixed. I said, Derek, pay real close attention because this is white privilege. Okay. Now, let this have been a black or a minority person. I'm sorry. In the suburbs, they would have got the shit beat out of them. Well, I've seen it with my own eyes.
That is also like, I'm surprised they didn't really take her into questioning at least and be like, hey, you know, your son who supposedly was missing for 8 years is being said that he was hanging around your neighborhood and you basically made a false police report for 8 years. We would like to have some discussions with you. I mean, at the very least, you could take her in for that, to have questioning for that. Right. But like, you know, like they just says, okay, you can go home now, and you take the person that is alleging that you abused them for years. And
right now, you're right.
I mean, that's just crazy to me. And you know,
now here's where they're saying the story gets even crazier. Is Rudy's father? Rudy was like, I guess the mother was running around with a married man who would just say Rudy's father, Rudy Sr. She got pregnant and had Rudy.
And copied the name.
Right. And he was like the third, but he had already had a Rudy the third. Do you know what I mean? Like, so she was like the mistress. Okay. So like, apparently the family has come forward and said like, this woman has a lot of connections with the police, you know, with the Houston Police Department.
I was just going to say her husband worked for the police department.
He was, and he wasn't her husband. He was actually just Rudy's father.
The father.
He was actually married to a whole nother life.
Well, not only that, though, she made it seem like, well, that's what Tina was saying. It made it seem like, you know, like when we were talking about it, that she had just, you know, had lost her husband and then lost her son. And oh my God, you know, and I'm thinking like they had been together, had been married like 25 years, lived together every day, slept, you know what I'm saying? Like did the married life thing, married, had kids, working, you know, like that kind of, no, nothing like that at all. It wasn't. No.
Now, Cody Jones says, Cody Jones says, okay, this is what I'm thinking. They are not doing anything pending outcome of his mental evaluation. Do you think that's
I don't think they're giving him one.
No, they didn't. That's the thing. Like,
I don't think they're giving him one.
Yeah, that would be something that you'd probably do, but
the whole law enforcement press conference was super unsettling because dude couldn't stop talking about funding the whole
time. I know.
For like dash cams.
And I liked him. Yeah, I thought, you know, when he handled Astro World, I mean, considering it was a catastrophe, you know,
he was saying they weren't married. Was that Selena or Dawn?
It was Dawn. Dawn was saying that Rudy's mom wasn't married.
Yeah, Tina. Tina actually talked to Janie, and she was friends with her. Like not like close friends with her, but she talked to her. They said no, they were married at a time, but they were divorced when he died.
Well, all that's missing from the chief of police's meeting was a golden cup.
I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe anything that woman ever told you.
Either. Not after everything I've read. Like you've seen that post.
Unless there's a marriage certificate, I would definitely be checking into that.
It didn't happen.
By the way, guys,
I'm
going. Guys, you have a good one. Just
good night,
Good night,
Tim.
Night, guys. No, I despise you, Nick. I despise you.
Midnight. Oh my God, it's 12:03.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The clock struck 12. He's got to go.
He's stuck on my pumpkin.
Turn to a possum, not a pumpkin, a possum.
It's one of those situations where the left hand doesn't want the right hand know it.
Yeah.
So look at this direction, so you're not seeing what's going on over here.
Right. And like, okay, yeah, you don't want to fumble the investigation, but there is no investigation. You didn't take them and you didn't set, like the police, you know, the detectives didn't separate them. Like Quanell claims, you know, quote unquote, you know, once the mother got up to leave the room, that's when when he opened up. It's like, I mean, that's common sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And they're saying that
something doesn't make sense.
wait, somebody called her last night a bunny honey. I guess that's like women that like police officers or like, you know,
badge bunnies. Yeah.
right. Yeah, badge bunny.
Badge
That's what
bunny.
it's called. Because I always say, like, somebody can have my husband, but they're not taking his paycheck or pension. They can have my side of the bed, but they damn sure won't take the paycheck or pension.
Bitch.
And I tell anybody, marry a cop or a fireman. That'll be the best thing you could ever do.
Yeah, Dad. The DA said they're not prosecuting as of now.
Crazy. It's just nuts. But Laura was like, "Oh, it's all about a lawsuit." Like I was like, "Laura, like, are you saying that you don't even believe that this kid, like, something happened to this kid? You know, whatever to the degree what happened, but something had to happen to him. The shit isn't right."
100%.
Did you guys hear that she was in handcuffs for 15 minutes? But
Yeah.
Is that like true or like?
I don't know.
Did you guys hear that?
Quanell said that because he said as soon as the detective got up when they were done, he went outside, put handcuffs on her, went and spoke to another detective, and then supposedly came back and then was like, I guess they must have reached out to the DA or whatever, you know, to see if they were going to bring charges. Because that's what Quanell said. Like, I've listened to the conference. Like, this is what he says. I would just like to see if he really has it on video, like record. If he has audio,
right?
Like that's going to say something. If not, then it's like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to, you know, be very reluctant to believe him, you know, and that he has an ulterior motive or an agenda.
And what Cody said, well, let's leave the cops alone. They can't interview if the DA refused to prosecute.
Yeah.
Hey, Queen.
Well, my husband says when they pull people over, as soon as he pulls somebody over, people are pulling out their cameras. Somebody's like, my husband's like, you know, she's like, my husband's like, can I help you to this lady she's watching? She's like, I want to make sure you don't do anything illegal to this person. My husband's like, do you even know this person? Like, you can't even do your job. You know what I mean? Because a few bad apples have made it bad for the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you know, with Houston, it's like, you know, Laura was like, why didn't these people, the neighbors, because the neighbors knew, they said, like, you know, he was getting high and stuff. And Laura's like, why didn't these people call the police? Laura, because this is the hood. The hood doesn't trust the police. Like, do you not, like, you must live in a storybook land.
Yeah. The middle of fucking nowhere.
Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, take her back to New York, go up to the Bronx or to Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Take a walk to Philadelphia. Google Kensington and Allegheny in Philadelphia. That's real.
Jonesy?
Well, I was putting it in the back chat because I didn't want to change the subject, but I just heard that Bullhorn also has the autopsy photos on her live stream, so just a heads up.
Oh, God. Who's autopsy photos?
Like up on her live stream? Oh,
yeah.
God, that's a little different than behind the Patreon paywall, right? I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's on her live stream. It's not, I don't know if it's behind the paywall.
Wait. She has, hold on. No. She has Zav girls or she has the ones from the court?
I don't know. I've been up here. I haven't been able to go check to see exactly which ones it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's something that should probably be checked before it's just blurted out like that. You know what I mean?
I'm looking. I'm trying to verify.
Those are pretty harsh allegations to be talking about. Those could be, like I said, that's how Critical K got sued for sharing autopsy photos.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Wow.
Yeah, it was just an email sent that said that.
Doing that and saying that, you know what I mean? Because if she shared them from Zav Girl, that's a different story than sharing them from the court on already been shared or put out there. You know what I mean? Because
where is
some
this
of
supposed to be at?
Some of those were shared on Court TV and Law and Crime. I know that some of them were shared during the trial. So
yeah,
some of them
everything was.
Yeah, they tried to blur them, but I mean, there was some that were. There were some that were still shown. So if she got them from there, there's nothing else that you can't. You know what I mean? Not that it makes it okay, but
I don't see anything unless you can tell me which live it might be.
I don't know. Okay. If you know, email me and we'll figure it out from that point on. But other than that, I don't really even care, to be honest.
Honestly, I don't even want to have to talk about her. Go away. I had to close that tab. Sorry.
Their sexual relationship. The sergeant lied in his response. And then the next question was there a sexual relationship between the mother and her son? They refused to answer that question and said he's a victim and we protect all sexual assault victims. See, they know what I'm saying is the truth. That dirty, low-down damn cop was right there with me when Rudy said everything that he said. Just go back and look at the press conference. Why didn't you say, well, from what we know, there was no sexual relationship? You so freely saying that there was no sexual abuse reported. So what are you suggesting? Because he was of age, he gave consent. Is that what you're trying to suggest? Let me tell you something. Rudy is a victim. And for HPD to suggest on any level that that young boy may be involved in this scheme, that's wrong. That boy wasn't involved in no scheme. That woman a straight up monster. Telling you straight up. That's what that woman is. Woman sit there and told Grizzy and I both multiple lies. Multiple lies. And then get in the room with the detective. She started singing a whole nother song. Rudy, in my opinion, his safety is in danger. Until he can be removed and placed with loving family or put in a facility where he can receive the type of mental health treatment and drug detox treatment that he needs. He needs that help. And right now, he's not getting that help. And what further angers me, for that cop to hear about all the drug abuse, and he ain't doing nothing to get that boy no help. Should have called, I say, man, call the paramedics. Take this kid to the hospital. Look at him. Then she told a big lie when we first got there. And I hate to put you on the spot, Grizzy, but if it wasn't for Grizzy, I would have never got involved. Let me say that again. If it wasn't for Grizzy, that mother never would have called me. But she called me thinking I was going to help cover up with the lies she would tell.
So they called him first. So Grizzy said she pretty much put this together because she was talking to the mom, and then she called Quanell, and then I'm sure she probably put him in touch with mom. Dynamite. I think we're all thinking that.
That really, yeah.
This is crazy.
And defender. Man, let me tell you something. Everyone should be praying for Rudy and should be outraged with how this is being handled. That woman should be under the jail. I'm telling you for a fact what this young man said to me. And I'm going to leave it at this. HPD, don't try me.
Are you tough?
On record what he said to me. But for the sake of the victim, I'll respect that young man's dignity, as my lawyers told me to. But if you try me with your lies again, I'll let everybody hear what that young man said. But I want to respect that young man's privacy.
What?
The shock factor. You know what I mean? There it goes. He's contradicting himself. You know
yeah,
what I
I'm
mean?
gonna respect that young man, but I'll put it all for everybody to see.
Yeah. I mean, was it really
yeah,
okay
he's
with
already
all that?
told. Yeah, he's already pretty much told everything that went on. I mean,
Exactly.
You know?
He's already disrespected him, in my opinion.
Yeah, we just need to hear the video. That, you know what I mean? The audio or the video. Then, you know what I mean? Then I'll have some credibility.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious, like, what is... He said he had proof. He's calling the police department liars and saying he's got proof. This reminds me of somebody. I can't put my finger on it. But I've heard it's strange. I've heard other people threaten the police department too for not doing their, like just.
Listen, we see all these YouTubers now, Queen, right? They're
not, like I said, like Joan, like she said, you can't always trust them because they do some crazy shit, you know what I mean? So
no, and my husband, that's what I said, is a police officer, and that's what I said. If I knew then what I know now, the way the world is, hell no, I would have been like, no way. You know what I mean? It's a gift and a curse. It provides a good living, good benefits, but you sacrifice you know what I mean? Like so much. And now with the way the world is, but again, it's not all cops are bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
You guys, I don't know.
I just don't know who to believe. It's just a big
I
mess.
don't believe it. I feel like he's exploiting the shit out of this right now. I mean, I don't think he's necessarily lying. You know what I mean? About some of the stuff.
Everybody could be exploiting everyone, including us.
I agree. You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and Deborah, she said, I have a feeling Mr. X has receipts. I bet he probably does. Honestly, I'm.
Sounds like he recorded it.
That's what I'm saying.
But he didn't say that when he says, he's like, I have proof. He never says what he does. He doesn't say if it's video or audio.
I feel like he said recording at some point though.
Yeah, I think he did too somewhere
tonight on this thing.
Yeah, he goes, I'll show it when I need to or something.
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't hear him say recording. I just heard him say that he's got proof.
It was tonight. He said recording tonight, something
and
about
all
recording.
I could think was, what if Grizzy was recording or something and she had the proof? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Because she was in the room with them too, right? Or was it just him and the detective and
him and the detective? Grizzy was outside, I think, in the lobby with the mother.
Okay.
And then some lady came up with pizza and everything.
I see that ginger, right?
Like, what kind of shit show is this?
He recorded it, especially because it's a one-party state. Like, he didn't have to even ask. He could just do it, and he did. I betcha. For sure.
Oh, I'm sure he did, because
that's
one thing about him. He does come with proof. He always has. He's an activist
I don't know who he is. Honestly, I don't really even pay any attention. Really have no idea who he even is, to be honest.
You know what? He seems like
He's
a little
been
bit
in Houston forever and a day.
There'll be like families that will try to get him to like bring awareness to his case, almost like a Jim Terry, like how he would like pay people and then disappear. Like people would pay him like, as a PI, same thing. You pay him as like an activist to like kind of bring awareness to a case or whatever. And then he would just like disappear. And like, he's in like a class action lawsuit where he owes a lot of people money because there was so many people he was doing this to, scamming people out of money, saying he's going to do something and then not doing it. So he does have a history. I mean, you just look it up. He has like a long history of doing that. So he's not a saint. But he's not nobody's all bad either.
There are 2 children that were killed in Houston. Malia Davis, he was representing the mother at one point, like being her spokesperson or something. And then she apparently knew about the boyfriend killing her daughter and doing something. And then there was another little girl, I forget the mom's boyfriend, but he came out publicly, like he's known in Houston. Again, I mean, you have these people like, a pastor, somebody, a business owner, somebody that, he's got a nice car, G-Wagon Benz. You seen him showing off his car the other day. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, I don't totally trust anybody in this thing, but including this guy, because he just seems like he's kind of wants to show up.
Right.
Like you said, jock.
Yeah. He's going to make a name for himself. Yeah. Like, and that's what I said. Like, I mean, I hope he has receipts, so he don't look like an asshole, But like coming out and saying, all those things, like he could have said things without being so explicit about things. Like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like integrity, like, come on. Like, this kid, again, if he's special needs, if he, whether he's an adult or not, like that's just still like, you just don't do that. But now Rudy's going to apparently staying with like the mother's friend or something, but the family.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So I think he's going to go live with a cousin or something soon. So just hopefully this poor guy will get some help.
Yeah. If he needs help, I mean, hopefully. I mean, we don't even know what.
Right.
Like
right.
Nobody knows anything. I mean, he could be perfectly fine and being like, I mean, who knows? I just feel like it's so hard. I mean, chances are something happened weird or something is going on, because I don't think Quanell would come out and just blatantly just tell the complete, lie. Like, I don't know. I just can't see that either. It's just so hard with this one to know who's telling the truth, who's lying, where the truth lies in.
What if Rudy lied? What if Rudy lied to Mr. X?
Exactly. True. Yeah. That's an option. I've thought, there's every option. What if Rudy and the mom are together on
working
this
together in
with
cahoots,
Mr.
yeah.
X.
Yeah, or like you can say the apple don't fall far from the tree. You know what I mean? Rudy's
Mhm.
like his mother. They said the mother's a shyster, you know, always been about money and men with money, and you know, it's just crazy. It's just like I'm fascinated with it. I'm like, I was just watching the one neighbor, and she's like, you know, we didn't call the police. You know, we stole the mother's car. I'm like, this is like a shit show. It's like you hear a different story every time you turn on the news.
Why do you want me to say James Cameron SV? It's so funny. I know I said it way too much that one night. Oh my God, it's funny.
Queen, did you decide if you were going to go camping or not? Or did she
Is it
step
rainy?
off? She was
She
saying
like comes and goes sometimes.
yeah, I know. She was saying somebody was sunburned kind of bad and they were coming back today. So they were going to see, you know, if they were going to go camping.
I saw her fireworks. She had a bunch of cool fireworks going off the 4th of July.
Carbon fiber.
But I'm fairly new to, I'm going to jump down, but I'm about the variety of opinions. I agree. Sometimes I don't agree. You know what I mean? But I like that you all respect each other's opinions, and it's just a nice hot mosh podge of people and personalities. So you are doing a great job.
Absolutely. That's what I like it. I like about it too.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to jump down. Everybody have a good night. And
it was good talking to you.
You too. Thank you.
Good
And
night, sweetie.
Getting
too,
like
and
a
like again,
police
keep him in the
perspective.
prayers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
totally.
Oh
Yeah.
That's why I said I could tell you stories. I say I'm going to start writing notes to write a book after my husband retires.
Oh yeah.
Honest to God, here's something real quick. My husband was hit by a drunk driver, a woman,
no.
Caucasian woman. My husband had to chase her in his car. He was off duty to another, like from a suburb to Philadelphia. He gets to Philadelphia, calls the police, in like saying, I'm an off-duty officer, I'm injured. The cop who was taking the report told my husband, if you don't arrest her and take this report, we're going to let her go. Well, she was drunk as a skunk. My husband's like, I need to go to the hospital. My husband could not go to the hospital. He had to literally write up his own police report accident and handcuff her and take. Yeah, he did. Oh, please. Like,
oh my God, injured. Oh my God. Well, there's like a blimp in the system. Like if you injure.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Like, you know what I mean? And we could have had a lawsuit against the city, but again, it's our livelihood, unfortunately. So I say to my husband, like, but it's crazy. Like, it really does exist. And, you just can't trust anybody,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And like in, urban neighborhoods in the hood, people don't trust the cops. You know what I mean? You see
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's like definitely a theme,
It's also unwritten
sure.
rule. You really don't want to call the cops. It's almost like the mob, you know what I mean? Keep them out of it type thing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Okay. Like,
yeah,
somebody ever
last case.
I told my son, if somebody ever threatens you with the police, like you're arguing, they're like, I'm going to call the cops on you. Leave them alone, because they will not care. That will mess up your life. Like, you know what I mean? They will be quick to call the police, and sometimes it's your word against theirs, and you don't look a particular way. Like, I've seen it happen firsthand, and I mean, I hate to say it, like, it's a scary world we live in.
Yep. It is. You just never know,
No.
My neighbors, we don't call the cops. We handle that shit on our own. Dog life.
Especially in cities, they won't even like comment in time for certain things.
No, like in Philadelphia, they don't. Go ahead.
I live in Little Brazil. That's all I'll say.
Philadelphia, like you have a car accident, they won't come for a car accident. You know what I tell people? Say you see, if you like something's going on, you better say that you've seen a gun. That's the only way you're going to get someone there.
You think you saw a gun? Oh, that's a good little tip
because you can't get in trouble for lying. You can say, well, it looked like a gun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, interesting. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
If you're like really need the cops to come. Oh
yeah,
my
I mean,
gosh. It has to get to that, that you have to like make it more urgent.
And my husband and I were held up actually like 3 years ago by gunpoint by about 5 or 6 kids. Now, honest to God,
Holy
these kids could have been no more than 15 years old, right? They all had ski masks on. We're right in front of my mother-in-law's house. Now, my husband, we were just dropping my in-laws off. Now, my husband normally carries his gun. but they were young kids. They had ski masks. They just wanted to steal my husband's phone and my car. They said, give me the fucking keys and car here. He opened the door and he put a gun right to my husband's chest. Well, I didn't realize that, you know, I thought it was somebody my husband knew was playing around with them, right? So I get out of the car and I'm like reaching in my bag and I noticed there's like 4 or 5 kids. And you could tell they were young by like their stance and their demeanor. I would not been able to identify not one because they all had ski masks on. And the one kid starts coming towards me and you kind of just go into shock mode. Cause again, I didn't know he had a gun to my husband's chest. I would have never got out of the car. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Like my mother-in-law comes to the door and I'm like, she's like, you look like you saw a ghost. And I'm like, call the police. And she's like to my father-in-law, call the cops. And he's like, but you know, our son is the cops. And she's like, she knew something was wrong. And I'm just thinking like, whatever you are going to do, just do it. Like take the jewelry, take the car keys. But all they got was my husband's phone.
Yep. The temporary injunction was granted.
All they got was the phone and they dusted the car for fingerprints and stuff like, and it's no different. We don't get any preferential treatment. Like they didn't try to solve the case. Do you know what I mean? Because it was a cop.
Yeah, because it was
from
a
one
cop.
cop. Yeah, like, and I said to my husband, I'm like, I don't even care. Like, I wouldn't have went to court. My husband's like, why not? You know, this is the problem. I'm like, because I don't want them knowing where we live. Like, I just want to forget this day. You know what I mean? Like, it was just of what could have. You know what I mean? Like,
been traumatized a little. Yeah, even
absolutely.
With your husband as a cop with you. Oh wow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And because, like, you know, I grew up in the city and then you kind of move out to the suburbs and you kind of lose track. That's my husband's like, do not go in Philadelphia. You're going to get carjacked. You're going to get, there's like every day he's like, you're not going to be happy till somebody puts a gun, you know, and it's just crazy to have it done. You know what I mean? Like, and they never solved it. The detective never called. I'm like, you see why people get frustrated with the police?
Yeah. Yep. Totally. It's crazy.
It is crazy. We're living in some crazy ass times right now. Okay, so I flipped this over. We're about to go in the opposite direction, 105 miles an hour the opposite way.
Speaking of crazy ass times,
We're gonna do a screech and halt and flip shift over to Ryan and his mother's lawsuit.
Oh, interesting. I heard about this. Wow.
Yeah, so, okay, this is pretty much how it's going to go with us, even though, but I'm not going to default, so it's a little different. However, they're going to go over the process, so you guys are going to be able to like go to school and figure out kind of like what's going to happen with our process. So, you know, once you file a lawsuit, then you pay to have it filed. Once you have it filed, you pay to have it served. You serve the other person. Once the other person gets served, they have within 30 days to answer it. They can do an answer or they can do a dismissal. Somebody's got feedback, so mute yourself.
It might be me. I'm going to get down. But Queen, I just asked you right away. Did you decide if you are going to go camping or not?
We haven't even talked about it yet. I got to go over there in the morning and figure it out.
All right. Well, thank you for letting me come up and, you know, vent my frustration, you know, like excitement and frustration about the case.
Yeah, I totally understand, baby. I totally get it.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks again.
Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
So yeah, they kind of go over it. The judge is going to go over it a little bit, and once the judge goes over it, they'll go back and forth a little bit, and because she, all right, you'll hear what she says. He kind of explains it to her because they tend to be a little more lenient with people who are pro se. So here we go.
And in April, and we are here today on the temporary injunction hearing, as well as our motion for default.
And yes, you're going to hear faint music in the back because I'm not taking a copyright fucking strike. So
this case is about a betrayal of trust at the highest levels, betrayal of trust, as well as breaches of fiduciary duty owed by Ms. Burgess to Mr. Upchurch. Those breaches include material misrepresentations, theft of many millions of dollars worth of, theft out of his bank account, buying property. Yes, Your Honor.
She's trying to whisper to me. I don't hear whispering very well.
Hey, Queen.
Some deeds.
Right. Well, this is a hearing.
Go to the judge's Facebook page and play it on there.
I didn't. I just popped some music behind it and put it on. So it's all good, though, unless it's distracting to you guys, then it should be all right.
I'm good.
I don't even hear the music.
All right.
On the extension or the request for extension of injunctive relief,
that your client, Mr. Upchurch, has filed against his mother, Miss Burgess.
Yes, sir.
Alleging that she has misappropriated funds that belong to Mr. Upchurch as his business manager, that she has abused that position and misappropriated funds, if I understand correctly. And as a result of that, if I recall reading the file, that he alleges that she has purchased real property in her name using his funds. Is that?
Yes, Your Honor. So the property at issue, there's 7 houses in total. We've got the deed.
7 houses.
7 houses in total. The first house is titled, at least as far as the deed that we have, is one house titled in Patricia Upchurch's name. And if you court would follow along with me on the declaration that I filed today, if you go to the notice of filing, page 2 is a declaration, and we can walk through the property. It's on the first page of the declaration.
All right.
So the first piece of property is 1242 North Stroudsville Road. That property, as far as we can ascertain, the deed is in Austin Upchurch and Patricia Burgess's name. Patricia Burgess is Mr. Upchurch's mother and former business manager, and Austin is his brother. And that particular house, Mr. Upchurch did intend to buy a house to help his brother. The only surprise to Mr. Upchurch was that his name was not also on the deed. Then you go to exhibit number 2, or number 2 listed on that document, and it is Highway 41A, Pleasant View, Tennessee. That was a house purchased and titled in. So the next 3 houses, exhibits 2, 3, and 4, you see that, Your Honor, on the declaration? All 3 of those houses are titled in the name of Blue Moon LLC. Blue Moon LLC was an entity created, as Ms. Burgess even admits, and we'll look at an email here in a moment, to protect Mr. Upchurch. It is the successor to the original entity, Upchurch Enterprises, where all of Mr. Upchurch's earnings, and we're talking millions and millions of dollars, were funneled into Upchurch Enterprises account. In 2017, Ms. Burgess came along and started operating as Mr. Upchurch's business manager. She'd always been around, but she took on a more active role. Then at some point in time, either she decided or someone decided that Blue Moon LLC would be created. And in that declaration that you've got, you'll see the very last page of that. It's a February 5th email from Ms. Burgess telling me, after this lawsuit is about to commence, but she told me, I formed Blue Moon to protect him legally as a management company. So this was Mr. Upchurch's understanding that this was his company. It was formed for his protection. But then in her very next paragraph, she says, I'm leaving Tennessee and going to try to get someone to help me sell one of the Blue Moon homes to pay for security for me and my other sons. So Blue Moon was created as every bit of Mr. Upchurch's touring income, record sales, copyright, royalties went into, instead of going into Upchurch Enterprises, went into Blue Moon. So that's, I got off script a little bit on the houses, because that's why these houses 2, 3, and 4, Highway 41, North Tool Street, and Claylick Road, are titled in Blue Moon. You'll see in Mr. Upchurch's affidavit, he engaged the realtor. He picked out the house, he engaged the realtor, and he says, my mother's going to handle everything. This is business manager. Those houses are titled in Blue Moon LLC. The next 2 houses, well, the Exhibit 5, North Main Street, Mr. Upchurch was aware at some point after the fact that Ms. Burgess had purchased with Blue Moon's phone this North Main Street. He talks about this in his affidavit, but thought it was also titled in Blue Moon. Did not know that it was titled, that house is titled solely in Patricia Burgess's name. The next house, East Elm Street, is listed even though Mr. Upchurch currently has title to that house. As is set out in Mr. Upchurch's affidavit, East Elm Street, which Ms. Burgess purchased on April 28, 2022 in her own name. She purchased April 28, 2022. On October 14th, 2022, she transferred that property to a woman by the name of Tamara May. Tamara May was her assistant, and that house was paid for with $500,000 cash out of Blue Moon funds. All of these homes were purchased with Blue Moon funds. Mr. Upchurch did not know about this property until the realtor told him about it and told him about all of these houses. This is how he found out. So he contacted Ms. Tamara May. House was immediately transferred back to Mr. Upchurch, because I would suggest that says Ms. May knew there was something going on that she did not want to be involved in. The next house, Exhibit 7, so the Exhibit 7, the Salem Road house in Clarksville, that house was, the Main Street house at number 5 was sold, and the Salem Road property was purchased, and that house is titled in Patricia Burgess's name as well. So you have number 1 in Austin, Upchurch and Patricia Burgess, and then numbers 5, 6, and 7, just in Patricia Burgess. Well, not 6 anymore because Mr. Upchurch got that back. So 5 and 7 in Patricia Burgess, and 2, 3, and 4 are in Blue Moon. And this lawsuit seeks a declaratory judgment for the ownership of Blue Moon. Mr. Upchurch is putting all of his funds into this account, thinks, as he says in his affidavit, that Ms. Burgess is paying all the fees and expenses, everything that he needs to be responsible for, including the payments on these homes. And then thinks at the end of the period, she's telling him what he's got left, and she's writing him a check supposedly for whatever he's got left out of the Blue Moon funds. Also in the affidavit, you'll note that Mr. Upchurch says he paid for all of the upkeep. For all of these Blue Moon homes, he's paying every cent for the upkeep. He also notes in his affidavit that none of the taxes were paid. None of the taxes were paid for these properties until Mr. Upchurch learned of all of this at the end of the last year, and he's gone and caught the property taxes up on those properties. He's the one who purchased them. The video that we can show is Miss Burgess admitting. She's now stating that she, in some of the emails, that she owns Blue Moon. Blue Moon is hers. The Blue Moon assets are hers. She had no income. All of this money belonged to Ryan Upchurch. And with this video is Miss Burgess making an online video and stating, Ryan Upchurch bought us everything. He bought my house. He bought his brother a house. He bought his best friend a house. His best friend lives in a Blue Moon house. Mr. Upchurch may have bought homes for people to live in, but he most certainly was not buying $500,000 homes. He did not, with the Blue Moon, he knew about those and he thought those were his. He thought Blue Moon was his. So saying that he bought his best friend a house, yeah, sure, his best friend lives in a house, but that house is clay-lit. That's the one, that's a actually $799,000 house that's on this property. And then Exhibit 2 is Highway 41. That's where Mr. Upchurch's security guard is. So that, I think, Your Honor, gives the landscape. Is there another question you have about background?
All right. Obviously, this is a hearing for the extension of the temporary restraining order that was issued. And do you want to put on any proof?
We want to, Your Honor, rest on the affidavits, and I want to just, if I can, we can just walk through the affidavits. But we have the affidavits. We can go ahead and take. Well, let me just walk through the outline. But the affidavits, they are lengthy. That's the affidavit of Ryan Upchurch and the affidavit of Brandon Luce, and they walk through in painstaking detail how this fraud was carried out.
Before we do that, let me address Ms. Burgess and find out where we are. You also have a motion for default judgment.
Yes, Your Honor. Should we be heard on that first?
Seems like that might be the appropriate thing to do, but.
Yes, Your Honor. So we filed a motion for default judgment. The complaint was filed on April 17th, 2023. Ms. Burgess was served with a copy that was on served with the complaint on, as the attachment says, on April 17th. Ms. Burgess has yet to file any answer with the clerk's office. On Monday, 2 days before this hearing, one business day before this hearing, she sent an email to my office with responses, numbered responses. That answer has not been filed. That's not done pursuant to the rules. And I would say that's not enough to save Ms. Burgess from a default. Because I don't have a copy of this case, Your Honor, simply because I didn't realize she was going to even be filing an answer, because she did file an answer for that email we got on Monday.
So you have 30 days to file an answer or a dismissal, right, from the day you get served. So I have until July 21st to file my answer or dismissal. If I don't, then we go to court and she can say, hey, she didn't file, so I'm asking the courts to find her in default. I want to, you know what I mean? Basically award me what I'm asking for because she didn't answer the complaint. That's why it's hard. That's why they do the shit, pretty much, because they know it's time consuming and it costs you money to hire an attorney to file a dismissal. And even if you file a dismissal and she's like, okay, I'm done, you're still out probably $3,000. You know what I mean? Where it costs her $300. So that's why you countersue.
And that needs to be on there.
And sometimes the judge will sanction for frivolous lawsuits. It just depends. So
there's a case.
For the record, the court file does not contain any such answer. You don't see it in here.
We double checked too, and there was nothing filed with the court. And the case Conserve Equipment Leasing LLC versus Schubert Enters LLC. That's a Tennessee Court of Appeals case. The citation is 2023 10 Lexus 39. It was filed February 3rd, 2023. And in that case, you had a defendant who had failed to answer until about 3 hours after the default judgment hearing. So after the default judgment was granted, he filed an answer 3 hours later. The trial court refused to set it aside. The conserve court reversed that or overturned that simply because the trial court didn't make findings of record. But what the conserve court says, I think, is very instructive. It walks through what you have to do in face of a motion for a default judgment. And it talks at length about this case, Pash Industries LLC versus Wallace Hardware Company, Inc. And that's a 2003 10 at Lexus 802. In that case, the Pash case, the defendant in that case filed an answer, served it appropriately 18 days.
So somebody said, whose attorney is speaking right now? Ryan's attorney is speaking right now. She's speaking on his behalf. I don't think he's even in the room, honestly. Because normally when you get an attorney, they answer for you. You don't even have to go.
Days before the default judgment hearing. It was, the default judgment had not yet been granted. But the trial court entered the default anyway, said that the belated filing of an answer is not an adequate response to a motion for default. And here we don't even have that. There must be some application to the court for relief from failure to timely file an answer. The language of Rule 5501 makes it clear that a judge, in the exercise of sound discretion, may enter a default judgment against a party who has failed to plead or otherwise defend in accordance with these rules, as long as proper notice of the hearing is given, and under the rules, an extension of time with which to file an already over response is available in discretion of the trial court for good cause shown and upon a showing of excusable neglect. In that case, the defendant failed to file an answer within the time period or otherwise timely defend as required under the rules and made no application for an extension of time to respond to the complaint, but just filed an answer 18 days.
And actually, yeah, it does look like Ryan's head is right there to the right. If you look all the way over to the right, it looks like over there, sitting there in the corner. But I know that B. Loose is there with them too, because they said
he was there because I would watch one of the videos that the little clip stuff that he puts out, and he said that he had to get ready to go to court.
Okay. I know he spends a lot of time in court dealing with these lawsuits and all the, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not his mom ain't the first one. So he's
definitely not the first one.
And honestly, a lot of people accused him of being on drugs, said that he was high. He was like making this shit up. You know what I mean? Honestly, I think he probably was doing like a little bit of weed, you know, like smoking like everybody smokes. I smoke, everybody smokes. You know what I mean? But I mean, he admitted to doing shrooms on his live stream or whatever, but I don't think he was doing hard drugs and shit like she was saying, that where she's like, oh, they're going to come over and harm me.
It was Adderall, in my opinion.
Yeah, he said that too. But I'm just saying, like, like when Patricia was like, oh, all his cult like members said they were going to come over and arm me. Remember?
I remember.
She puts that in her thing too, that she needed to sell one of the houses so she could get protection. Now, see, like with the houses, I think that because it says it in there that he bought his family houses, that his name was supposed to be on him. He didn't know that his mom's name was on him and his name was not.
Now she has to pay all the taxes, right? Because that's it. She's the person on that account, Blue Moon, so she's going to have to pay all those taxes as well.
Yeah, but they said, well, I don't know what she's going to have to pay. That's going to be, the judge will have to figure it out. But I'll tell you what, depositions cost a lot of money, and she'll have to be deposed. B. Loose will have to be deposed. Ryan will have to be deposed. It's going to take a lot of money and a lot of time. And then when they get into discovery, they're going to have to turn over their phones and all their social medias, all their stuff. So
it's going to, all of them are wasting a bunch of money, wasting what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's going to get real messy, and it's going to be a big waste of time and money.
Here we don't even have that, Your Honor. Mr. Upchurch has filed a lengthy complaint, filed declarations, filed a motion for request for a TRO. And as we sit here today, Ms. Burgess has responded to nothing that he's filed. There's no answer filed. There's no answer. Whatever the email that we received Monday is months late, and still nothing is before the court. So we think under conserve and pass that Mr. Upchurch's motion for default should be granted.
All right, Ms. Burgess? Yes. First, I want you to understand that what I'm considering now is the motion for default judgment that they're alleging I should grant them a default judgment based upon the fact that you have not yet filed an answer with the clerk's office.
Absolutely, I understand that totally. She's my attorney, so we have a conflict of interest here. She actually is representing me January the 22nd, 2024 in a case as me as Blue Moon, separate from Ryan as Blue Moon. Now, in this case right here, she's saying Ryan is Blue Moon. But I have filed with the Board of Professional Responsibility. I spoke with them last week and I filed this because she is actually my attorney. They froze my accounts and they're suing me for $25 million, which he has is not even worth, to keep me from being the Ford attorney. I can't get an attorney. Nobody will take my case for more than $25,000 and she's my attorney.
Oh snap.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now tell me that ain't a mouthful right there. So basically they froze all her accounts, which her accounts and her money mainly probably came from Ryan. I don't know where her money came from, but I'm guessing like they probably froze the accounts that they were using. You know what I mean? But January 2024, I believe they have a case coming up in January 2024, which is like another lawsuit. Maybe that's what she's talking about.
And she's representing her.
And right, so what she's saying is it's a conflict of interest because she's representing her in another case, and that's all fine and well. And she could have filed like they could have definitely thrown her. You know what I'm saying? Told her no. You told Ryan, you need to find another attorney, but she needs to file that paperwork and turn it in so the judge knows that. You can't just walk up and tell a judge. You have to file all the paperwork. That's what costs so much money. Basically what they're telling her is it's gonna $25,000. That's right, because he's suing her for 25 mil.
Oh, so because she let it go until this, right? And didn't
she didn't answer, she didn't file nothing, she didn't put in a dismissal, she didn't put in fucking nothing, she didn't do shit.
She should have filed and said, well, Ryan's attorney is representing
the motion.
She should have filed and said conflict of interest. I would like this attorney to be, taken off the case, you know what I'm saying, out of this case or whatever, because it's a conflict of interest. But you got to file that stuff. You have to file that.
Yeah.
That is before me is a motion for default because of the fact that you've not filed an answer and contending, with the complaint that's been filed. I understand what you're saying, and that's a different matter from what I'm considering. So what is your intention as far as if you are not able to hire an attorney, are you going to represent yourself in this matter?
Yes.
And why have you not filed an answer?
I did file an answer. I didn't think that I could. I was told, because I don't know anything about law. Hell, I don't even know really anything about our business. We were running kind of a crap show. That was my boyfriend, my lover right there. And that was my son. And I was their secretary. So I did what I was told to do. And
that's got to be weird. Oh, my Lord. Right? Ryan's sitting right there and oh, my Lord.
Yeah, he's sitting there over to the side. She didn't file anything. She just emailed. The attorney and basically was telling the attorney that, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But you have to file it with the clerk's office. So so if I wanted to, I could go in and say, you have to file an answer or you have to file a dismissal. Or you can do one or the other. I guess maybe you could possibly do both, but you could file a dismissal without filing an answer. You're supposed to more than likely file an answer though. So Uni went in, he got served by JLR, right? Yeah. And he went to an attorney and his attorney said, denied X through, or, A through Z. My client denies any and all allegations, right? And then JLR just put in his thing where he's asking the courts to basically rule in his favor. Find it in my favor. So now Uni's lawyer will write back and say, do not find it in his favor. This is why.
Okay.
Or they will set a hearing and they will go to a hearing and they will have a hearing and a judge will say, what's your
state your case, basically.
Yep.
I was told that when I called to try to get representation, they're like, honey, oh, this is ridiculous. This is 211 points that you have to answer. You're going to have attorney. I didn't know I had the option to fill out and do it myself until somebody called me and told me.
It's also another way to financially try to drain someone, or quote unquote financially fuck someone, because 214 points to answer is ridiculous, just like 184 is.
Right.
Nobody's telling you this, but you have the right to do this. So I did it at the last minute. I didn't know what to do.
But that has not been filed with the clerk's office. And
right.
The summons that was served on you, just listen as I tell you this.
Right.
The summons that was filed upon you had certain information on it, including the following.
Oh my God. Look, Cynthia just said, oh, just wait. She collected $60K just last month from royalties. She could have addressed this matter. Oh yeah, she definitely could have hired an attorney. She could have put a retainer down. It's not 25K for a retainer, that's for sure. It probably would have been like 10K for a retainer, yeah. Maybe 15, you know what I'm saying? But
Max.
You were hereby summoned to defend a civil action against you in the Chancery Court for Cheatham County, Tennessee. Your defense must be made within 30 days from the date of the summons is served upon you. You are directed to file your defense with the clerk of the court and send a copy to the plaintiff's attorney at the address listed below. If you fail to defend this action by the below date, judgment by default may be rendered against you for the relief sought in the complaint.
Okay.
Are you alleging that the reason that you are delaying and you have delayed in filing a response is having to do with the fact that Ms. Sherwood was, in your opinion, your prior attorney, and therefore you could not get another attorney?
Yes, sir.
I'm not addressing the issue because of the fact that you would have to file a motion to disqualify. Obviously, Ms. Sherwood is a competent attorney who would know what the rules of ethics are. If the Board of Professional Responsibility, advises her that she has a conflict, she'll act accordingly. There is no motion to disqualify her before me. So for that reason, all I can do is to consider whether or not to grant a default judgment.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sherwood, in the interest of justice, I'm going to grant her 15 days to file an answer to this. I'm going to give you 15 days. You have to go through this complaint, and you're going to have to answer each paragraph, either admitted or denied. It's just that simple. And you file that with the clerk, and then you send a copy of that to Ms. Sherwood, okay?
Absolutely.
Until Ms. Sherwood removes herself from the case, that is going to happen, and she is the attorney of record as far as this court is concerned.
Yes, sir.
Now, have a seat, and
yes, sir.
I'll take up to your motion for an extension of the restraining order, Ms. Sherwood.
We've already gone over most of the background, but what Ms. Burgess has done is basically perpetrate a fraud on Mr. Upchurch over the past several years. We don't really know at this point how far back it goes, but we do have express examples of it with respect to the property, the real property that we talked about. Blue Moon was created to protect Mr. Upchurch and the profits of his creative endeavors. We've already seen the email that is part of the evidence that we wanted to submit, that she states and admits that it was created to protect Mr. Upchurch. But yet she's selling the properties. Ms. Burgess has said through the email that you just saw where she's going to sell the Blue Moon property. She also said, if you look at in our memorandum in support of our temporary restraining order, there's an affidavit of Brandon Luce, and it should be the last few pages on that. And there's a March 21st, it's Exhibit 1 to the declaration of Brandon Luce. It's the last 2 pages of the...
Exhibit 1 to the declaration of Brandon Luce?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I have it.
And it states, I need Rob to move out of the house he is living in. It is the property of Blue Moon. He cannot live there for free. I'm liquidating my company totally. So and then if you go to the Exhibit 2 of the declaration of Brandon Luce, she's talking about Rob is living in her house and that she's going to be listing the property. That is that property that was number 2, Exhibit 2 on the declaration of Cynthia Sherwood. So she's talking about Rob Otera. He's living in a Blue Moon house. So this is highlighted, Your Honor, to show that there's this dispute as to ownership. Mr. Upchurch is sworn in his affidavit. He's spending millions of dollars on property, thinking that it belongs to him, thinking that the company belongs to him. Yet Miss Upchurch has made, Miss Burgess
Wait a
has made
minute.
it clear
Pause
that she is the one who owns Blue.
Ryan had been saying this whole time on YouTube, like, I had no clue. My mom's buying all these houses, and she just stated that she thought all those houses, Ryan thought that all those houses were in his name that she was buying. That's different from the story that he has said on YouTube, because I watched all those.
Well,
you know what I mean? Or I'm saying at least here, because he has said, like, my mom was buying all these, you know what I mean?
A lot different when you're in court.
Yeah. She's going to need a lawyer or she's screwed.
Blue Moon, she's going to liquidate Blue Moon. So that is, we believe, have reason to believe that a lot of the money is gone, or if not all of the money is gone, but we don't know for sure and won't know for sure until discovery is done. But if you look at the declaration, there is a Truist Bank account, they call it a garnishment return. That's Exhibit 7 to the Sherwood Declaration. And it talks about the checking accounts there, and there's essentially no money in any of these checking accounts, $4,200, $100, and negative $1,900. So we don't know where the money is, but we know that there is property out there that this court can protect until we can have a trial on the merits. So with respect to the evidence, you've got like I said, Mr. Upchurch's declaration. And if you just walk through it, Your Honor, he tells a very, sad, tragic tale. I mean, I guess it's not entirely unusual. It looks a little bit like reading, I don't know if you've ever watched those behind the scenes music specials. That's really where it is, where a manager has come along and taken advantage, and oftentimes it is the parent. But if you go, in paragraph 7, he talks about Ms. Burgess becoming his business manager. And at that time, the money was run through Upchurch Enterprises. She was responsible for incorporating Upchurch Enterprises. And then he talks about the early years with Upchurch Enterprises and all of his money going into that. But then if you go over to page 4 in paragraph 31, he says that's where on December 9, 2019, in her role as business manager, Ms. Burgess incorporated Blue Moon LLC. Now, while you won't see Ms. Burgess listed anywhere specifically, because in the email she denied being his business manager, if you look at Exhibit 1 to Mr. Upchurch's declaration, you have the filings with the Secretary of State, and these aren't numbered, and I apologize, Your Honor, but the document filed on February 15th, 2022, it notes that Patricia Burgess is Ryan Upchurch's business manager. That was filed with the state of Tennessee.
Okay, so Helen Highwater says, let's see. Ryan stated he didn't know about the properties when they were bought. However, his attorney is saying that Patty claims the company is hers and Ryan believes the company is his.
He has stated that that Patty owned Blue Moon. And
how is he supposed to be on properties if he doesn't know they were purchased?
He actually said, yeah, he did know they were purchased. He thought his name was going to be on them, not Patty's. So he said that right from the jump, right in the beginning. He said he did know that there was properties bought for his brothers, but he thought it was him and his brother's names on it, and it turned out to be Patty and the brothers' names on it, not his. So
you're saying that in his videos, he said that, I remember him saying from the videos that, my mom's, buying all these houses, and then, the Blue Moon thing came up, and he's like, yeah, Mom, Blue Moon, that's, for scheduling tours and all that kind of stuff. So you're saying that he's saying that he thought he owned a Blue Moon as well?
Well, Pecan Pie said they had to liquidate Blue Moon due to a lawsuit from a venue. Also, Ryan bragged constantly about investing into real estate, just saying. And then she said down here, due to pending litigation with the venue, Ryan ripped off a couple years ago. Oh. So they had to, you said they liquidated it?
That's what she said.
they had to liquidate Blue Moon due to the lawsuit from the venue.
Okay. So Cynthia, she said yes, truth. Yeah. So this is weird. This is gonna get messy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, check this out. And Pecan Pie says, I believe he was fully aware of the moving of the properties, etc., due to the lawsuit.
Oh, okay.
Remember, because she said that I'm sorry, I hate when people start off like that. One of the things that I do remember Patty saying was that she started Blue Moon to protect Ryan.
Yep. All right.
Blue Moon, Mr. Upchurch tells you in paragraph 32 of his declaration that Blue Moon is named after one of the songs he wrote. It was to be his corporate entity through which he booked his shows, and that would be the holding company for his touring and merchandise income. And Ms. Burgess essentially admits that in the February 5th email. And she says, this company was created to protect Ryan. Page 5, Mr. Upchurch says, Blue Moon always has been a singer member LLC, intended to be owned by him. But as we can see in the emails, Ms. Burgess is now claiming to be the owner, not just of Blue Moon, but all of the millions of dollars worth of properties that were purchased with Mr. Upchurch's money. Mr. Upchurch tells you in paragraph 40, thereafter, all of my earnings from touring and merchandise and sales were made payable to Blue Moon and deposited into Blue Moon's bank account. My income was the sole source of funds deposited into the Blue Moon account. The money that Ms. Burgess was previously putting in Upchurch Enterprises was now diverted, with his knowledge, to the Blue Moon account. All of my business expenses and majority of my personal expenses were paid out of the Blue Moon account. While operating as a business manager and manager of Blue Moon, Ms. Burgess claimed to be paying all of my expenses, and after all those were paid, giving me the remainder of my income earned. I believe she was stealing money from me from the inception, if not before. Paragraph 49, he says, Blue Moon did not and does not have any revenue stream other than my revenue. Blue Moon is not a fee or revenue generating company. I entrusted Ms. Burgess as my agent, power of attorney, and business manager to maintain Blue Moon's books and perform duties beneficial to me as required by her fiduciary duties. Paragraph 51, he purchased 294 Ed Harris Road, they call it Ghost Ranch. He purchased that house on August 21st, 2018. That is the one and only house. This is the one and only house that is actually titled in Mr. Upchurch's name. The other houses that Mr. Upchurch bought, and he says this, he goes through this extensively in his affidavit, but I won't go find the particular paragraph, but he tells you that he bought Claylick. He bought Claylick for him to live in. That's a $799,000 house that he bought for himself to live in. It's titled in Blue Moon. He let his mother handle the matters with the real estate agent, also believing that he owned Blue Moon. He moved into Claylick. He lived there for a bit, had some construction problems with it, and so he moved out and he bought himself North Pool. North Pool is also in Blue Moon. That was the house that Mr. Upchurch bought for himself to live in. Eventually, he left North Pool and went back to Claylick, and now he's at Ghost Ranch. But all of these houses belong to Mr. Upchurch. If we look at this video, just go ahead and show it to the court. I think. Oh, like we said, we never worked that way.
You need to.
What do you mean, baby? Hold on, Bathtub said, where were Ryan's lawyers during all of this? That's Ryan's lawyer talking, honey. That's his lawyer up there talking on the stand. That's his lawyer. I guess she's the lawyer for both of them, but at this point in time, she's representing Ryan. So
yeah, not in this case. She's representing what's her name, Patty was, I guess. I don't think it's gonna happen more in January. That pecan comment you had up before that freaked me out. The one all the way up to not all the way up, but it was, what was it? And has zero form of business management education, and it happened around the time of the Kylie Rodney case, when they dissolved Upchurch Enterprise, right around the KR stuff when he was going nuts.
Yeah, Pecan said, in my opinion, this court will want to see business contracts, etc. He can't just claim to not know anything. That's negligent. In my opinion, it is a conflict of interest. Yeah, absolutely it is. Thank you, Shenanigans, for becoming a member of the Hive.
Shenanigans.
Also, I want to say thank you so much for doxing my Cash App. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the two of you. Independent thinker, you little sweetheart, you. Thank you so much. And the other person, you know who you are. I won't say. I know you don't like to be, but thank you. You guys, it really, really helps. Anything really helps right now because we're kicking tail feather.
Clerk to come back and assist with this, or you think you're going to be able to play it?
I think didn't we say we just bring it up there? It never worked. So
You want to play it on that laptop?
yes, Your Honor.
How long is it?
Very short. I mean, a minute maybe.
Play it for Miss Burgess to make sure she's seen it.
Yeah.
All right, then set it on the podium. Then.
Okay, Coco coming in here with some facts here. She said, no, the lawyer represents Blue Moon, not Patty. Patty is assuming she owns Blue Moon.
I think she does, doesn't she?
She says she does, and Ryan says he does. That's the problem.
He's admitted on tape that he owns it, so that's all. I don't know how he's gonna get behind that. If she has that YouTube tape or whatever, I don't know.
Look, Noah Ian says, I think there were some houses purchased Ryan knew about. However, Patty started purchasing houses without Ryan's knowledge. Ryan also said Patty never even paid yearly taxes. Yeah, that's going to come out. That's going to come out too in this. She definitely, they start spilling a little of the beans about how she wasn't paying the taxes on any of them.
Now, Queen, the taxes, right? If it is Ryan's company now, he's going to have to be paying all those taxes.
He talked about that, about the Greenbelt taxes that weren't paid and the other back taxes, because it was talked about in there.
Yeah, well, she was supposed to be handling that, and supposedly she didn't. So basically, if they give him ownership at the end of this, he's going to have to pay those taxes. And then same thing for her. This is weird.
If one of us ever made it, we would make sure that we all made it. And that's just a pact that me and the boys always, this is something that we always agreed on and we meant with all of our hearts. If one of us made it, we were all going to make it. So he kept to his word, just like we all would have kept to our word. Every one of us who owns a house, my son bought it for us. Ryan bought my house, his brother's houses, my cars, his brother's cars. Everything I have, my son gave to me. He is just a very hardworking, good, and generous man. And I couldn't be more proud of all of my sons because they're all super giving. And Ryan has put his best friend in a home. He's bought his best friend his cars. He does so much for everybody. So with that being said, give credit where credit is due. And that credit is due to my son, Ryan. His dad and I worked.
The only home titled in Miss Burgess's name is, she said, Ryan bought me my house, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses. And that's going to be a question for the court, whether Main Street, which was titled in Miss Burgess's name, was in fact voluntarily, whether Mr. Upchurch knew that was purchased in Miss Burgess's name. And what he would testify is that.
And wait, didn't the best friend come out and tell Ryan that she was out buying houses and was going to buy one for her? And
that's Tamara.
Yes.
That's the one that's mentioned for like house number 5 or 6.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's the one who told Ryan. Okay.
And what he has testified to in his declaration is that he did not. The house for the best friend, as I told you, is a Blue Moon house. Blue Moon, North Pool, and Pleasant View are all Blue Moon houses. So
you're asking for, based upon this, the filings that you have, as well as what you just played for me, but with the declaration of Mr. Upchurch and the other individual, you're asking to extend this order of protection pending a final hearing. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in that, you're asking to restrain her from directly or indirectly exercising any power of attorney concerning Ryan Upchurch, from using, spending, transferring, dissipating, investing, donating, or otherwise moving any money from or derived from or belonging to Mr. Upchurch or Blue Moon are funds originating from income, royalties, or revenue resulting from Mr. Upchurch's endeavors. Listing, selling, transferring, or otherwise disposing of any property held in the name of Blue Moon LLC or Patricia Burgess and/or purchased with funds from Blue Moon or Ryan Upchurch, including but not limited to 1242. You list all of these houses. In addition, you're asking that she be enjoined from contacting the tenants or inhabitants of any of those properties and not transferring any of those properties' title until further orders of this court.
Ooh, the pecans coming.
I didn't know he had an order of protection against.
I didn't know that either. But she was living at one.
You're asking she be restrained from.
She was living in one of the houses, right, Queen? So it's like that means she would have to get it. That's weird. I don't know how that works.
Well, she was living at Ghost Ranch, wasn't she? I'm pretty sure she was.
Yeah, and then she. This is a mess.
Selling, transferring, or otherwise disposing of real or personal property purchased with money from or derived from Mr. Upchurch and or Blue Moon, or acting in any capacity of Blue Moon or conducting any financial business or other legal transactions. It goes on and lists a bunch of more that I'm not going to go into, but essentially you're asking that she be prohibited, according to that restraining order, from taking any action to dispose of any of this real or personal property acquired through Blue Moon, as well as from doing any sort of action that would essentially affect the operation of Mr. Upchurch's business. Is that correct?
Correct. And it all boils down to not dissipating any of his assets, because part of that is correct. Or part of what we have in there is about her not accessing any of his royalty accounts. We didn't get a chance to file this with the court. We may be filing a contempt, but we've got where she accessed his royalty account in June multiple times to the tune of $60,000.
So in the month of June, after this was filed in March, she nonetheless exercised.
That is what the document that we got that showed that she accessed. It went to an email address. It looks like a payment of what is it called? PayPal account. Oh, I'll put it up here. I moved it. Now, somehow this did not. I don't have this printed. I have this in my email, but it's a company by the name of 1RPM. Mr. Upchurch has since brought on financial advisors to make sure this doesn't happen again. So he's got he's actually a business manager who is licensed, bonded, insured, and they discovered this and they emailed a document from 1RPM showing that since 2020, Ms. Burgess has money to the tune of $690,000 was paid to a PayPal account associated with Ms. Burgess, and $60,000 of that has been since the TRO was entered in this case.
Oh.
Ms. Burgess, you understand what this hearing is limited to today is to determine for me to determine whether or not there has been a need for the extension of this restraining order. Do you have anything you want to say about that one issue? I'm giving you time to answer the lawsuit. This is not about the merits of the lawsuit. This is basically Mr. Upchurch, through his attorney, seeking to keep you from accessing any funds that belong to him or Blue Moon and from disposing of any property pending another hearing.
And may I just address one thing before I'll sit down and let her. I'm Blue Moon's attorney, have been Blue Moon's attorney, and am currently Blue Moon's attorney, but have never I know that you said that will be dealt with elsewhere, but I just want to note that I have never represented Ms. Burgess.
Ms. Burgess, if you'll come to the podium, I need you to tell me if there is a reason why I should not extend this order of protection, this order of restraining order.
Right. And I'm actually totally fine with that. But what they have done is first of all, they are still distributing funds even in my personal account. In my personal account, because back in the day, we were distributing money everywhere. It was a crap show. Like I was getting the allowance, I wasn't getting paid and everything else. But they have frozen my actual personal bank account. Blue Moon has been shut down by the bank. And Brandon has the logins to 1RPM, to Media, by the way. He still hasn't fixed that one yet because we did all these things together. And I don't think that they realize the things that they're missing. But they're still, he needs to relog into Video. I don't have the logins to Video. He needs to take that out of my account. But they want to, I'm okay with stopping everything. I'm not gonna try to sell anything. I don't really care. But I share my personal bank account with my high functioning autistic son, and he gets money. We share an account so that he gets money as well. They have frozen that account. And because they've frozen that account, I've had to.
You're saying your personal account has been frozen by the bank?
By her,
okay.
The courts.
Well, the restraining order may have been served on the bank, I suppose, but if you have a personal account and that contains monies, which is also containing money that was a disability check for your
No,
autistic?
it's money because I take care. Like he's living with his brother because he doesn't like change, so he's still in the Ghost Ranch. But my son Aaron, that's his account as well. That's his account because I financially like give him
Where does
money.
that money come from?
Selling jewelry, and some of it's from them also. So I understand that, but I just want you to know that they froze that account too, and I'm totally fine with it. They can keep it frozen because now I have a new account. So I support them like keeping the restraining order. I don't really care. I'm just trying to make sure my oldest son actually has money.
Well,
but I'm good with
that'll
that.
be between you and the bank at this point. I'm extending the restraining order pending a further hearing in this case. You have 15 days to file your answer to this complaint, which I urge you to
I am.
make sure that you do that and get that filed on time.
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Sherwood, is there anything else that needs to be dealt with today then?
I don't think so, Your Honor, other than just a point of clarification. Are you converting the temporary restraining order into a temporary injunction?
Yes. Well, I am converting a temporary restraining order into a permanent restraining order pending, at least permanent pending the final hearing in this case.
Thank you. Nothing further.
And we will have Ms. Sherwood draw an order, make sure that you have her mailing address. Go ahead. You need to confer with your client.
I apologize.
That's right.
I think he wanted me to clarify.
Mark that as, yeah, that
I think
needs to be marked as an exhibit, yeah. Yes.
Just wanted to clarify for the record that his brother Aaron, he is not autistic, and also that Aaron currently lives with him. But I know the court's already ruled, so thank you, Your Honor.
Wow, she's screwed. You stole from your son. That was dirty. Oh Lord, I had a different take on that a couple months ago. Not anymore.
And even if he sues her, he knows she don't have no 25 million. She don't have shit. They don't. I mean, there was $4,000 was in one account. 200 was in another account.
So
one account was 1,900 overdrawn.
Right.
So what's he doing this for? What's the end game?
To get all 6 houses in his name and sell them and get some of his money
Oh, I
back.
thought I already got that. Okay, gotcha.
No, that's what he's suing for, because all those houses are in her name. None of those houses are in his name, even though his money bought them all. She stole, basically what he's alleging is she stole money from him to purchase these houses. And yes, he was well aware that the brother was going to purchase the house. However, he thought his name was going to be on it, him and his brother, not his brother and his mother. And then his mother turned around and got all these other houses. There was 6 of them in total, or 7 of them in total, or something like that.
6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she went off and bought 7 fucking houses with his money, talking about she didn't do no wrong.
So
she had his ass out here looking crazy as fuck, didn't she?
Yeah, for a quick minute. And so basically, when the Kairani thing happened, it seems like that's when they did the Blue Moon thing switch over. That's what kind of Pecan was saying earlier. That's. I wonder if she found that. She's like, all right, now this money's getting siphoned.
I agree, SoFlo Mama. Could you imagine having enough money to buy 7 houses and not know it?
That's what's in the back. I know it's his mother, but still, that's a lot of money to go missing. And not a short amount of time either, right? So you would think that would work against you, but that's just more times for you to hit your account. Look at it. It's not like she just took it all out in one week. This is like oh Lord. You know what? That tattoo we got, Mama didn't try. She sure as hell didn't. She didn't even try to get a lawyer.
Well, I think she did try, but like I said, her accounts are all frozen. She has no money. Nobody's going to take her with no money. Lawyers don't work off of IOU. You know what I mean? Like, they don't go off IOU.
Yeah. You would think maybe someone, but yeah,
that's why I'm grateful as hell to most of y'all. Like most everybody on here tried to donate, or share anything. Like, I was very grateful. Very grateful.
Yes, I do read Leonard. Yep. I have to send you some myself. I know I sent a little already, but I have to send some more. She has 15 days to tighten up. Country
All
said.
Nerd said Nick doesn't read.
I read.
Trust his mom, but you know what? You always trust your mama. You know what I mean? Most always, unless there's something that you've been through with your mom that you can't trust her. Most always, your mom looks out for you. Don't ever bite the hand that feeds you. That's right. And a lot of people do. A lot of people do and don't give two fucks. But she's got 15 days to tighten up. Right? Get it tight. Get it right, baby. You better figure out how to file a response real quick.
15 days to 200 and how much things she has to look.
She's got 214 points or something. She's got to answer. What she's got to say, I deny, or I agree, or whatever,
Yeah.
Southern Mimi. Oh, I love you too, girl. I love all my people, my beautiful people. Y'all are fucking good people. You guys are really good to me, and I appreciate that more than y'all even know.
I'm live.
And you know what? He wants his property back. I don't blame him. I would want my fucking property back too if my mom just went out and bought 7 houses and put them in all her fucking name. I'd be like, what the fuck? And he probably does have to sue her because she's not. I don't think she's one of those that's going to be like, here's the 7 deeds. They're all signed over to your name. Here you go. I'm sorry.
If she were smart, that's exactly what she would do, Queen.
Fuck right.
Sign them over to somebody else right now. They probably
Ryan.
She can't do anything right now. Once you're in litigation, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no way. Oof, Lord. Thank you.
Hey, Queen Tina says, Janie gets more interesting. She put in the links. Must be maybe in Discord.
Ooh.
And Cynthia says,
she sent me another. I was gonna say, I seen she sent me another. Oh yeah, QB hard docs. You sent me a hard docs, love. I appreciate you, baby. Let me go check this here. What was I just saying here?
I'm sorry. I focus on the chat.
Sign those houses over.
Yo.
Or something like that. I'm done as well. Oh yeah, you definitely don't expect your mother to do something like that.
Yeah, you really don't. I mean, shit, not like that,
That's, I mean, I'm gonna say it like this. It's understandable if she did one house, which is not right, but like that many, like, whoa, that's what's weird about it. Like, she knew she's bringing a car, right?
Well, and I guess on the record, he wanted it on the record that his brother was not autistic and that he takes care of him because she said the brother's autistic and I take care of him. And even though court was over, the lawyer walked back up there and was like,
"Yep,
I want to make this on the record. I want this on the record that he's not autistic and he does live with him." So I think it was important to Ryan to have that on the record.
Damn, she's a whole scam artist.
Independent Thinker said, I just left Claire's live about Rudy and my mind is made up now. Girl, spill the beans. Spill the motherfucking beans. What happened over there? What was he talking about? Because sometimes, even though, we don't get along all the time, the glare sometimes is on point.
She's talking about the guy we just watched, Rudy, right?
Yeah, she said, oh my God, I just left Claire's live about Rudy and my mind is made up now.
Click the link, Indy. I want to hear it.
Yeah, come spill the beans, girl. Tell us what's going on over there. What's he talking about? Anything different than what we was talking about?
I think, honestly, it's hard not to. I mean, that's what I felt, especially the first day when he went out there with the freaking sweatshirt over the guys. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I'm not saying the guy's lying, but I'm saying
sweatshirt. What you mean? Hold on, wait. What sweatshirt?
It was a blanket, Nick.
Was it a blanket?
Okay, I was talking about him when okay.
Yeah, coming out or whatever it was, blanket. And, it just feels like he's just. Well, it doesn't feel. I'm like certain that's what he's doing. I'm not saying he's lying with anything he said whatsoever. But it just seems like it's not for the right reason. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Kev said I feel bad for Patty Lynn. I kind of do too, but then again, I don't.
Yeah,
because you know what I'm saying, she let herself, huh?
I want to see what Kathy. I want to know why she feels bad for Patty. I want her to click the link and.
Well, I mean, it sucks that, it sucks to be going through this and being public, and You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Ryan has been on YouTube for years. He was on Facebook first, and
Vine.
If this is all
He
true,
was on
like
Vine
yeah,
before
he's one of
Facebook.
those that have been on social media for fucking years. She had to have known this was going to be on here.
and if this is all true, she had to have known that she was going to get caught, right? So it's like, I can't feel bad for her at that point. You know what I mean? Not that she knew she was going to get caught, but if this is all true, then hell no. Sorry. As much as I can't stand Ryan, that's effed up. And she got to live with that the rest of her life. Now he has to live with thought of his mom stealing all that money from him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and that's money. I mean, money is money, but I mean, it's the fact that she stole from him and did all the crazy shit she did. You know what I mean?
She should have.
Haunting Haley said, my mother-in-law is like this. My husband was helping them pay bills and she was stealing money from his accounts. It's sad and it's not easy for a guy to cut ties with his mom. Yeah, it is. It's really fucked up too. I mean, you know, because they're close. Usually they're close with their mom. Mama's boys, daddy's girls. That's how it usually goes, you know? I mean, it's just daddies have a spot for their girls and mamas have a spot for their boys.
My grandmother would never in a million years even that thought would even come across her mind. You know, if she was, you know what I mean? It just,
well, if she
or
were
my father for that matter, but it's just weird. I don't know. Do you think she's going to help him though, guys? Like get all those into?
I don't know. You're cutting voices off. Can you not hear?
Let me hear. Say one, and I'll say. I might be at a delay.
Just drop down and pop back up if you got a delay.
If she were a good business person, she would have had a contract in place to protect herself.
Well, herself and her son. She, you know, you think, I mean, you usually think of your children first. I mean, and she thought she made it out like Blue Moon was for him to protect him from himself and his bullshit, you know, because sometimes when you're young, you make silly decisions, especially when you have lots and lots of money that you don't really even know what to do with because you just got it and it just came in like a fucking, you know,
overnight
waterfall, like overnight. Yeah, you just, you know what I'm saying? And then you really, sometimes you make silly mistakes. I will say this, there was one girl she had like 3 million people on TikTok. She had I'm guessing a couple million on YouTube. I really don't know if she had that many on YouTube, but her name was Digital Princess. Marissa was her name, but it was like EWC or ECW, something like that. A huge fucking channel just did a video on her going to jail. Like she ended her career, her fucking, in just like a matter of seconds, and she had just bought a huge, nice house.
For like
she was a social media. No, she was a social media influencer. But you know what she did? She got a whirlwind of money, and she started partying and fucking took off, and her son went to sleep and she locked the doors and left him asleep in the house and took off. And when she got back, the baby was out in the middle of the road and the neighbors had him and the police were there. And yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, please tell me Facebook says, I don't think she's seen it as stealing from him for forever now. She had free reign with whatever. None of the things she was doing became a problem until they got into it. Didn't they get into it though over money? Wasn't that the original? Like, falling out was about money. Isn't that how it started? I don't think it was anything other than that. Or was it her saying that he was doing that? Isn't Cappy? Can you come up for a second, real quick? I know you know that part well. There's been so much stuff in this one that it's hard to remember what came first, the chicken or the egg.
It was actually the rooster.
That's right.
All right, friends. I am going to hop down. I've been trying to get up earlier in the morning.
How's your grandma? I'm the grandma. I'm sorry. Yeah, your grandma. Sorry.
Yeah, how's grandma doing?
I mean, she's doing okay. We go back on the 11th for a recheck with the orthopedic surgeon. So, they originally had a discharge date, and now it seems that maybe the pain is getting to her a little bit more. But I guess she's gained like 2.5 pounds, and it's not water weight. It's actually like Wait. So
she's home already?
No, God, no.
Okay. She's
No,
still
I'm
blowing you up on the
fighting.
phone?
She's she's down here in Wyoming instead of up in Montana. She's at the hospital between Basin and Grable currently.
Wasn't sure.
Okay, here she is. TikTok starts her career in one night.
Oh, I gotta watch this with you guys before I go.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like 20 minutes. So I mean, I won't play it all if you don't want me to, or I can shoot you the link too if you don't want to stay.
No,
it's okay. I understand.
I'll hang out. I'll just mute in case I start to snore. I'm just
if you do, I'll mute you or whatever. You know what I mean?
Thank
I
you,
got
baby.
you.
I appreciate that.
I gotcha. So anyhow, she's got a bunch of tats. I love tattoos. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh hell yeah. Then I was, that's what I said. I was like, oh, yeah. And I realized what she was being arrested for, and I was like, oh no, that's what they meant by ruined her career and overnight. You know, like
it's that bad. Oh geez.
Yeah, she leaves her fucking baby at home by himself and leaves the house. Yeah, and then the baby wakes up while she's gone and goes out in like the middle of the road looking for his mom. Like he comes out of the house looking for his mother, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you leave your baby? You know, like, and she just moved into this house. She's a social media influencer, so she makes a lot of, decent money. And she's got 2 million followers on TikTok, so she's doing it big over there, doing big things,
Yeah,
right?
you don't leave your kid now.
And I guess where she lived before, she had a nanny, but the nanny was busy or didn't go with them or something.
Great excuse, just leave kid.
The nanny wasn't there when they asked her what she was going to do. She's like, oh, I was just running to the Okay, here, hold on. Let's guess. Yeah. What do y'all think she told the cops she was going to get?
Coffee.
All right, you say coffee. What do you say, Voices?
Diapers.
Okay, and what else? Oh, is she?
Milk
Okay,
or formula.
I was gonna say I thought she was on that OnlyFans,
God, don't tell me that.
Yeah, okay, Miss Too Lovely, you asshole, you watched.
I didn't look. I'm not looking.
I'm like, hold on. You know what? You watched it, girl. You watched it, you little asshole. She must have watched this already because she says detergent. That's what she tells him. She's like, oh, I'm going for, I'm for laundry detergent of what she says. Then she comes back and they're like, oh yeah. And apparently she's got like half a thing. Apparently she's got half a thing of fucking like liquid detergent or some shit.
Yeah, it was just sitting in the car or something like that.
Yeah. And she's got like some little small black dress on. Like, oh yeah, you was really going to buy.
Yeah.
Now she had like goggins on and a cutoff shirt, or was like, you know what I'm saying, like shorts and a t-shirt or whatever. Like you can understand that, but
yeah, I get it. Trust me.
Yeah, not like this
little black dress and a half-empty bottle of detergent.
Coconut on them. This cannot be real life right now with these people.
Kind of scary. Little guy running around here, nobody's here.
So there you go. Little guy running around and nobody's here.
How do you get it? Well, we'll see.
So he's like 2 or 3. He woke up in the middle. She put him to bed, and she's actually in the middle of some just like custody dispute with her ex-husband, the kid's dad. And this don't look very good, right?
Nah.
She tells him, she's like, well, CPS or DSF or whatever it is, they're going to be involved. She's like, well, what do you mean? What do? They just like check on me for my parenting?
Jesus Christ, Steve.
She'd be better off to give that kid to its father now.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wow. Well, people make mistakes. I understand that. Like, you got to run to the store. I get it. If she really had to go for detergent, okay, cool. Some shit happens. Right. Like, not cool, but okay, I understand. Like I get having to go get, or if the baby's sick or whatever, and you finally got him to sleep after 13 hours of fucking crying or something, and you don't want to leave, you don't want to wake him, and the gas station's a block down. I could see doing that if you absolutely had no other choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that kind of thing, like the baby's teething or whatever, and you got to go get a teething
If it
dots.
happens, you'll hold yourself accountable, right?
Diapers, whatever. But I mean, fuck, not just to go out, just to go meet with your friends because your kid went to sleep and that's it. Like, what the fuck?
That's real scary.
Hey, short stuff. Hi. Hi. Where's mommy?
She rang our doorbell and woke our dogs up. And I was like, what the hell's going on?
What had all the makings of a peaceful night for residents of a quiet Fort Myers, Florida community took an abruptly strange turn on August 24th, 2021. Police have been dispatched to the neighborhood after receiving word of a shocking situation. A little boy has been found wandering the residential area completely alone. Also mind-blowing, however, is the revelation that the individual behind the whole disaster is a widely known TikTok star.
Okay, I was trying to stop it for y'all, but it's called, I think her name's like Digital Princess or Digital Prince.
Yeah.
Princesses or digital something like that. Fuck, I don't know, but it just popped up. I just missed it, but you can pretty much see it's, you know what I'm saying here.
I saw Digital Princess when it went by.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
She definitely got herself into some little bit of trouble. So here she goes. Okay. Here she is. This is what she looks like here. She's got quite a few of her tats or whatever. Like she's got lots and lots of tattoos. You know what I mean? She's
got lots of tattoos, but she looks like she's 12.
Yeah.
Young 20s.
She
I'm
looks
getting
young.
those sleeves done here in about a month.
She does look pretty young. Well, here's her other picture, like her mugshot picture here, compared to what she.
How old is she? Do you know?
I'm guessing like 25. I don't know. Young. She's young as hell. I mean, she's got some nice ass cars, though. I'll tell you what. Her TikTok. Let me see if I can pull up her TikTok. She's got some super fucking nice cars. Like 4 or 5. Go, or if you got a TikTok, go look her up. I mean, if you know.
I'll do it right now. Is it Digital Princess for sure? I think it is. I'll look.
Yeah, Digital Princess. So I'll see if I can get her up here. Here she is dancing on her TikTok. Here we go. Here she goes. Okay, can you all see her? Did it click over? Okay, it did. Yeah, there she goes dancing on her TikTok. So you can see what kind of,
content.
This is an old TikTok when she very first started compared to like where she's at now. I think here's this one right here where she very first started.
So you have to go viral?
She's got like 2 million followers or something. I don't fucking know. Something like that. She's got a lot of followers, like she's but people seem to still be watching her TikTok accounts and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Hakab, she's super cute. Like she's got her doing her own thing. But for her to leave her kid like that, that's not fucking okay. That's not cool at all. You know what I mean? I can't fuck with that. You got to be a responsible fucking parent. Come on now.
That kid got hit by a car.
Get with the motherfucking program. Shit, hit by a car, snatched up and fucking sold. Shit. Snatched up and fucking snapped anything. You know what I mean? Shit. She got fucking lucky. One of her fucking neighbors that, that's good people found that baby and not somebody that's got the devil in his soul because she could have done a whole lot.
Well, look what happened to Michael Vaughn.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael Vaughn.
A whole lot could have happened to that baby. She better be fucking thankful.
Yep.
Yeah, sad shit, man. Then her mom shows up and her mom's like, well, we just bought this house. I can't believe she did this. I'm thinking, well, you better hold her accountable so she fucking don't do the shit again. What the hell you mean? Here's her mom right here.
Yes. She just bought the house. Okay. Okay, hold on.
The little boy's grandmother is clearly stunned by what she's just been told.
There's my grandson. So he's inside. You can just stand by for a minute. And that's why
That's another thing too, is they let grandma, first of all, they let the little guy go back in the house. So they took him back inside. I don't know who he went in there with, but grandma goes in there with him, and they leave him with grandma and take off. They told her on the way to the jail, she's gonna be. They're gonna leave her with. There she right here. So they're gonna leave They're gonna. Should am I being arrested, ma'am? Well, hell yeah, you're being arrested.
It's child
But
neglect.
son or a kid. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Honestly, I don't know if it was a boy or I can't remember, but I think it's a little boy. But they left him with the grandma. I'm sorry, the grandma. It's getting late. It's storming here like a fucker. Like my lights are they just kicked on and off. So I don't lose y'all.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'll be getting off here though here after this because it's storming pretty bad here. So. Anyhow, yeah, this is something that just popped up. I figured I was like, oh my god, these guys will probably find this interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah. When I say this type of stuff on TikTok, it says 2021 it happened.
To replenish her laundry soap.
It
says.
What?
I'm like, yeah, right. Then it says that I guess the police or somebody went in and checked her laundry to see if that was really the case or whatever, and basically, yeah. I was like, no, that's not what happened, and you definitely were on some bullshit.
That cop, I think it's a female behiund her to our left or right. Looks like she wants to upside smack her. Like,
yeah, she admits to her because then she's like, the cop, she's like, oh yeah, brace for it, get ready for it, because it's gonna be a full-blown affidavit full of lies and something. He's like, huh? She's like, yeah, as soon as she gets out, it'll be all over. We'll just wait for it. And it fucking was. She's like, I guess she made a post or whatever and was like, I'm sorry for what I did, something. And the police, I don't know what else. It comes up in here or whatever, but the cop kind of pretty much like basically warns them that it's going to happen. It does. And then she hurries up and deletes it.
Look at her hand. It's like she's cracking her knuckles.
What's up?
Well, it looks like an upside down okay.
Yeah. What you doing, girl?
What y'all watching?
Can you hear me? TikToker with 2 million TikToker people on here. She just lost. Well, she didn't lose her TikTok. She still got it. She's still on there. But TikTok. They said pretty much she loses her. It says TikTok star ends her career in one night. But she still got her OnlyFans. She still got her fucking TikTok. She still got her YouTube. She still got all of her shit. So she didn't lose nothing really.
What did she do?
She left her baby at the house asleep and took off.
Oh shit! That's the one.
She was on that hot fucking shit. Captain said, I saw this a while ago because Jessica Kent was telling her that he should be accountable for her. She should be accountable for her actions. Hold on. But I did notice that EW did a video and I didn't get to see it yet. Yeah, this is them. This is their video, baby.
It said 2021.
Yeah, this is their video, and they do a good job. They have a lot of good ass fucking videos on here. These guys do EW body cam. They have 233K on here.
EWE body cam.
1.3 million views, and it came out one fucking day ago.
Wow.
Yeah, they got it going on. Look at them, man.
And they're a pretty good channel.
Hell yeah, they are a really good channel. I really like them. You know what I mean? Like they do a really good job.
I've been sub to them for a few years now. Yeah.
I just put it in the chat. Make sure you guys go sub up to them. Yeah, go sub up to them and check out their stories, because I'll tell you right now, they have some pretty good stuff on there. I mean, if you like listening to it, I listen to it when I do the dishes and clean, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just subbed.
How long did she leave the baby home?
I want to say like an hour, but shit, I don't know, like 45 minutes, I think she says, or some 30 minutes. I don't fucking know. Something like that, 20, 30 minutes. Like basically she goes 10 miles outside of where she's supposed to be.
He got out the house too, Indy.
Yeah, he got out the house and ran out into the road.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so basically she was like chilling.
That's how they knew.
Sleep. Yeah, she put him to sleep. And then she left and took off. And when she got her, and then he woke up and come downstairs, obviously looking for her. and opened the door and walked outside and was like out in the middle of the road when one of the neighbors like come pulling in and found him.
Oh my.
And
No, he went over and rang the neighbor's doorbell.
oh,
Woke
did
up
he?
the dog.
Oh my God.
I didn't know he rang the doorbell. I thought he was just out there when they found him.
Bless his heart.
3-year-old right there.
He was tired of her leaving him at home. Oh my God.
Right. He's like, fuck this. But I guess she tells him, she's like, I have a nanny here.
That was only half full contributed to the implausibility of her produce a receipt for the purchase, combined with she'd simply run out of laundry detergent. After putting her child to bed, she allegedly made a quick jaunt to a nearby 7-Eleven to replenish her soap supply. However, her failure to produce a receipt for the purchase, combined with a detergent container in the home that was only half full, contributed to the implausibility of her story. In addition, it was her appearance that really didn't support her account. When she arrived home to a swarm of police and concerned bystanders, she was allegedly wearing a black mini dress and appeared to be dressed more for going out. According to the police narrative, her attire wasn't conducive to a late-night run to a convenience store.
Oh, you made a decision that wasn't the best.
There was no denying that. After Marissa had been read her Miranda rights, she came clean and admitted that she really hadn't made a quick visit to a 7-Eleven after all. According to the probable cause statement, she'd put her little boy to bed around 9 p.m., then went to go meet with a friend 11 miles from her home. The officer can't help but attempt to try and make some sense of the situation.
Am I understanding this correctly? You have a nanny?
Yeah, earlier in the daytime, she helped me out with him.
And also so that you're aware, the Department of Children and Families is also notified of the event.
She's like, well, what do they do? Do they just keep better track of, like, do they just watch my parenting or help my parenting? I'm like, what?
Oh
It's
my.
fucking
Yeah, yep.
These
That's
kids these
exactly what they're gonna do.
These millennials.
Yes, correct.
I guess, yeah, that would be our version of child protective. Is that stand for Child Protective Services?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so DCF, it's DCF in the state of Florida, Department of Children and Families.
And what does that mean exactly? That it just means that I'll now be checked up on?
They allowed the child to be released into the custody of his grandmother for the time being, so they'll do their follow-up. Again, I don't want to speak to what another agency will do. I don't do their job, and again, I don't ever want to misinform or mislead. So they obviously will be reaching out to you and conducting their own investigation.
You may be wondering if they're really allowed to take the child if there's another immediate relative willing to take the child in. It varies from state to state. In most cases, the child won't be released to a non-custodial parent by the police, and the issue is resolved either by family services or the courts.
So I'm guessing you wouldn't be able to either answer the time if my kid's going to be taken away or not.
That I can't answer. Again, I don't want to speak for another agency.
Maybe the
Hell no, she ain't gonna speak for another agency. Shit.
Yeah.
No, that's a good channel.
Was.
You have to go check it out sometime. Go, you know what I mean? Go sub up and check it out because it is a really good channel.
Oh, I'm on the channel right now. It's the one with 234K subs, right?
Yeah, it's got quite a few, like a lot.
They got some big ass videos. 7.5, 2.1, 1.4. Oh shit.
Thank you so much to the person that just doxed my Cash App. Thank you so much, love.
You doxed her,
Okay, Indy. I gotta know.
Hearts back.
What are your thoughts on what you saw over at the Glares tonight? Come on, spill your beans, Indy. Damn it! Where'd you run away to?
Yeah, bring your little ass right back up here. We want to know what he had to say over there. I would go streaming, but we don't fuck with we don't fuck with each other like that.
It's funny because he's like on the same, side. I feel like y'all respect each other at this point.
Oh yeah, we you know what though, we've came a long fucking way. You got your camera off, boo? Okay, ready?
I know what's happening now. You know how when people come up here and say they hear the music playing and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they got a new feature. If you go to chat, it said at the bottom, something enter to comment or some shit like that. And when I entered it, it took me back to when I first came up on panel, like when I paused my YouTube to come up. That's where it took me back to.
It's because you got a link in your YouTube so that you can talk right through StreamYard now. They have like a little thing.
Yeah.
So spell it. What happened?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't hear y'all, but I knew, I don't know. Anyway, it was crazy. Like they say, it's crazy when that shit happens. But anywho,
Right, I was gonna say, right, girl.
I done had a Nunya moment. Whew.
Where's she been? Where the fuck she been at? I miss her.
Oh, she was live earlier today.
Yeah.
Was she? God damn it! I wish I would have known. Damn it!
I think he had just started looking at it tonight on the live that he did. So, like that was a lot for him to look at one time, but he kind of went through it, like looking at it with fresh eyes, I guess. And I think he agrees with a lot of stuff that we've been saying also, like the Q part, we're not believing. And even if that was true, well, why would he come out and say it? Why would law enforcement let him say it? How is he talking to Rudy? Why is he even being allowed to talk to Rudy?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like so many questions. And the mom, did y'all notice on the mom, the little clip of her standing outside the car when she said that now they want to arrest me for saying I was hiding him or something?
I have not seen that.
Okay, well, in that clip, I didn't notice.
Yeah, she says that she's up against the car in her outfit.
Yeah.
She's like, "No, they want to arrest me for hiding him."
Yeah, well, there was part of that. I don't know if where I seen it, if it played at all, but on his stream tonight when he played it, she said that that law enforcement said that Rudy had done some crimes, and that's why he was given the wrong name, or the name Dolph instead of Rudolph or Rudy. But the glare was also pointed out, Dolph is short for Rudolph also. That's the end of Rudolph.
So
And he
could
was
it have
like,
been her car?
So
could it have been her car that was stolen? Because the neighbor said, yeah, he stole her car not that long ago.
The son, yeah. Yeah, the son did. Why'd you just throw me off track by asking me that?
Real quick, the glare, because that's what I thought. I feel like the guy's exploiting the situation.
Who? Q? Yeah, definitely.
I feel like
Definitely.
that's the overall consensus, just about. I just don't see it how. Just the way he speaks, just some things he did in that first day when he brought him up to his car for a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You know what I mean? It was just all real weird. And he's got some prior stuff.
Oh, Cappy, you probably don't know. Zav put Gannon Stouck's autopsy photos behind a paywall on Patreon.
She's about to click that link, Cappy, right now. Watch. Yeah.
I don't know if I should say what I think, because it might not be.
Listen, if she put it in her Patreon
proper.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's no bueno.
Now,
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Now, since when?
Huh?
I said, now, since when do we not talk about opposite? You know what I'm saying? Feelings opposite. Yeah, Cappy. She did a whole video with his photos and like showed pictures of his body the way it was found and pictures of him and his outfit and as soon as he came out of the suitcase and then pictures of him on the table. She didn't even blur out his genitals or anything. She just showed all of the fucking pictures.
And that was on Patreon, right? Not YouTube, right? Patreon.
It was on, yeah, she put it in Patreon behind the paywall. It's $3. You have to pay $3 to go back there and see it.
Wait a minute, what are y'all talking about now?
Zap Girl.
Zap Girl.
Put out whose?
Gannon Stalk.
I thought that's what you were talking.
Who, me?
Yeah, when you said you had an unpopular opinion.
Oh, she was talking about
I'm
the
way
Rudy,
too high.
Rudy thing. But Cappy
I
was talking
thought she was talking to Kathy too.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. That's what we were talking about this at the very, very beginning. Zav Girl. Yeah,
Oh,
but I sure did, Lippy. I thought your ass went to sleep, girl.
yeah, you were on for like 2 hours before I even knew you were live.
Oh, no shit.
I haven't getting
Yeah.
notifications either, Queen. I had to unsub and then sub back, and it worked better today.
That's why when I came in, I said, WTF. I didn't know you were live.
What the hell? I was like, what the hell? You said that.
Because, in fact, me, Johnson, Hills, Dietz, all of us were over there at the Glare.
Oh, shit.
Johnson was on panel here earlier.
I was going to say, Johnson was over here. She knew.
Yeah, I didn't know you were live either until I unsubbed and resubbed and got your notification.
It worked for you too?
Uh-huh. And then it popped up after I resubbed, and I was like, oh, okay. I know where I'll be hanging out.
I was pissed. I missed 2 lives back to back.
I usually get my notifications, but maybe I wouldn't.
I usually do.
Pouring down rain. This is another reason why we didn't go, why we didn't take off for camping. If it's going to rain all weekend, we're not even going this weekend. I don't want to go sit in a fucking camper in the rain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's storming here too.
But did you guys see Dolly's ass is in, somebody said he's in fucking Vegas? I'm like, what?
Oh, God.
I heard.
Vegas.
Live from the
Say him and
Vegas
Peach,
Strip.
is it both of them like they did out there together or just him by himself? What's up?
I don't know.
Let me see. There's a UFC fight tomorrow, big one. I don't think it's in Vegas though.
Oh, that's probably why. I was gonna say that's probably why.
That's exactly what it is. He was going to some UFC,
UFC
fight.
290.
Then yeah, that's.
Are you? What? Why?
He's a UFC fan as well.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. That's why I thought he wanted to catch those hands. You know, he talked about those trophies that he won fighting one night.
Yeah, catch those hands with his gnarly teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what was a
Well, too bad
toothache?
you wouldn't go in Boston.
I go to Vegas once a year in March every year.
I was gonna say when's this fight set up with you because I know that night in Blunt B they were coming hard. They were talking about you lying, dating all these mods, saying you're lying, saying you're dating.
Yeah, what is this mod dating thing? What the hell?
And then
yeah,
and then they were like something about you're lying about coming down for this fight, and you're lying about. I'm like, damn, you guys
They
are
were
both
just messing with me.
What the fuck?
It's September 28th, the weekend of September 28th, or the first week of October, depending on my friend's wedding. I have to let them know in the next week. But the guy's already starting to. Cappy knows who I'm talking about. The guy's already starting to bitch out and move stipulations and goalposts and whatnot. After 2 5-minute rounds, that's all he has to last. You know, will I whoop the shit out of him and he stays awake for 2 5-minute rounds? He still gets the 10K. But now he wants like a finder's fee, basically, like to show up and all that stuff. So I don't think it's gonna be going down. He ain't gonna show, but hopefully. And the stuff he said about Angel and her co-host Marla, the racist stuff he said towards Marla, oh Lord, he is a dirt bag. And yes, the fight is at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, so he's probably going to the fight. It's one of the best cards to go to, I'll be honest. Yeah, Cappy, fat bald, yeah, fat and bald.
I don't know. I don't know about them. I don't know if they're your friends or not, but they got blocked over in that fucking chat because of that.
Who? What?
You said they were your friends?
Who?
They were coming in saying they were trolling the fuck out of you.
Oh, I don't know how they. I didn't see anybody trolling me. I guess they were getting deleted. I don't. Maybe it was just other people.
No. Grandma Sherry was getting most of them, but they were over in Blunt B's chat saying that you were dating all these mods, that you were lying, that you're a liar, that you weren't fighting, you're not gonna fight. You're saying you have money to fight, and you're not gonna fight. I mean, Grandma Sherry was blocking them left and fucking right. They were over there starting a bunch of shit. You didn't see them? Oh, we told you about it. I came up on.
Yeah, but I only knew about the what's it called?
No, they kept coming in. They don't troll over here though. I don't see them over here at all.
I could tell everybody where to go right now. I just don't want to flood. You know what I mean? Flood a bunch of trolls over there that are listening. I'll give you guys the links and whatnot. You guys can listen to it.
Oh yeah, or let me know. I mean, just let me know.
It ain't up to me. It's up to him. He has the show. I'm going.
No, I'm just saying the ones that are trolling because.
Oh, I'd like to know those names. Yes, because.
That way I kind of have an idea, because like somebody came in here tonight and I didn't know it was a troll account until someone came in and said, "Hey, can you block that? That's somebody's daughter's account or whatever." So,
yeah, they'll come from the FBS side, but he's got like 30 or 40 people that really support him at this point because he's done such trashy stuff.
Oh, so, this is okay. So the guy that you're fighting is trolling.
Yeah, the guy I'm fighting is trolling. The Gotti's at my back. They're the one setting it up. I'm fighting for something that was said against Angel Gotti and her co-host Morla, like some nasty ass stuff, like about children, mother, racist stuff. I mean, I'll tell you. I'll DM it to you.
So is this a fight that you kind of proposed like you did with Dolly, but Dolly just didn't take you up on it?
Verbatim.
What?
Well, it's 10K for me. It's 35K total.
They said Boston's a liar. They came in talking shit like Boston's a liar. He doesn't date his mods. He doesn't like what the.
Hey, I want one mod from any genre to come here right now. I haven't dated anybody, but
I was like, what fucking mods is he even talking about? Because he doesn't date our mods. I've never heard of this. I don't even know. Yeah. So you got to tell me who these fuckers are, because I don't know. We blocked like 6 of them that night, probably like 6 or 7 of them.
Did you take any pictures of the names?
I don't know. Grandma Sherry, did you get any pictures of the names?
Or remember any of the names?
She'd block them before her ass would get them before I could. Like they, you know what I mean? She fucking.
Yeah, because I didn't see them.
She popped them quick.
What's weird is the StreamYard, you'll still be able to see them even if they get blocked in the YouTube chat.
Are you a mod over in Blunt Bees? Oh,
yeah.
Listen up under crack, you guys. Did you hear that shit?
I heard it.
Wow. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I'm a mod.
Hard.
Girl, you got so much
It ain't. That's the thing. That's why he's moved the goalpost several times. He said
Lovely says, hold on. Yeah. Are the dating the mods rumors? Are they true or?
Oh, come on. I've never dated anybody on YouTube other than talking to one person for 8.5 days. And that is no longer.
Hold on. Hunting Haley said, don't slut shame Nick. We don't judge over here. That's right. We don't judge over here.
I'm a gentleman and a scholar, okay? But I love strip clubs.
Cracking up, you guys. We're hilarious over here. Anyhow, they don't fucking troll our chat because they know we fucks with you. They don't come over here trolling, but they sure tried it over there. So I was like, I wonder if
how they found you guys. That would make no sense. That's the thing. It's like it'd be close to impossible.
Well, they weren't trolling us; they were trolling you, but it was pissing us off. You know what I mean?
No, what I'm saying is, I don't know how they found that. Blumpy's, right?
Yeah, I don't know either because that's how I was like, "Who the fuck are
you?" You didn't share the link nowhere.
Nope.
So they got to be watching where you're going, then.
No, I've announced it on your thing a couple of times. I can guarantee you, some people, you know what I mean? Like,
why then?
Yeah, I'm willing to bet it has nobody over in the mafia genre at all.
Well, I was saying Cappy. I mean, we know a few, but I'm just saying like there's been nobody. They don't really come over here. Like I said, they don't fuck with us, but they sure were that night. You were a puss and you don't date your mods and like just stupid ass ignorant.
No, I do date my mods, I guess, or I don't. Which one? I can't remember which one it was. Which one you said? Well,
no, they were saying don't. They're like, oh, Boston lies. You're a liar. He's a liar. All he does is try to say he dates his mods, and I'm like, what mods? Where?
Wait, they said I say I try to date my mods.
Yes.
I don't even have a channel. I work for one. The fuck's what?
That's why I was like, are they trolling us about our mods? Or are they talking about like who the fuck?
No.
Who are these people?
I have Jillian Rose. She goes over there a lot, whatnot. She's a mod for Angel as well as I am. There's no, that doesn't go on over there. It just that's all like a lot of fighting. There's a lot of crap going on, but none of that crap. No, I'm over there like once, twice a week, if that.
Tina said, I want to date your mods. Oh shit.
It must be a master troll. Yeah, Cappy. So FBS, we're trolling. I don't know. I gotta know the names.
She said, Nick, that's a master troll. Here, we'll have to go. You know what, I'll ask, is Grandma Sherry still in here? Because she was knocking him in the head. Like, she wasn't fucking around. They came in and said, Nick's a liar. He doesn't have no money to fight. Boom, Grandma Sherry got him. Like, before any of us could get him. I came up on panel and told you about it because they were in the chat going hard. It was like a count.
I didn't hear about the money thing.
Like a blank screen. They just kept coming back in under names. I'm like, damn.
Oh, you know what? Hold on a second.
Somebody don't fucks with us.
Hey, check back. Hey, ready?
I'm like, God damn. What's going on?
Bet it. I put it in the back chat. Bet it.
Oh, you think so? I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Boss, you know I can't read. Oh, God, my eyes can't see.
It's all right. I'll DM you.
Yeah. You're probably right, because that's somebody that would know where we hang out at, because there's only like 50 people over there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Nick doesn't swipe right. He throws
Throw them back, boo.
Throw them back. I don't even know who they are. I need Grandma. She's probably sleeping.
Right, I'd say Grandma's probably sleeping, but that's probably who would have them, because she was good. She was going pretty hard with them. She was like, every time they'd come in, boom, she'd knock they'd get one fucking comment in and her ass would have them down.
She was awesome when she was on the.
Oh yeah, she wasn't fucking playing at all.
Oh, on the panel.
It was I think it was the guy the night you guys did boys' night. Maybe it was.
Yeah. On the panel, she's like, "Rose with a hose." I mean, she killed me. I woke up the next day, my abs, well, whatever abs I have, my cheeks.
Fucking cracked me up. She's like, "Oh yeah, Grandpa Jerry. There is
Grandpa
no Grandpa Jerry. It's Grandpa Jerry." For the boys' night.
Yeah, Blumpy asked her, he's like, how did Grandma Sherry's live go? He's like, I don't know. I don't fucking watch that shit. She's a bitch.
I fucking cracked up with her comments. I'm like, oh Lord, get it, Grandma.
She's full of jokes.
Oh, it was so much fun.
She is hilarious. I just love her.
Oh, she's awesome.
You know what? She's a mod for a lot of people, though. You know what, though? She's good people. She has a lot of people know that she's just good people.
Yep. That's why she must.
Here we go. She said Ninja Wrench.
Damn. Grandma, what are the names?
Out of nowhere. Okay, Grandma Sherry, we need to know who were the accounts that you were blocking the night in Blunt B when they were coming in trying to attack our Boston.
I need to know at least one or two.
I got one of them. I walked in and came right into one. I was like, bam, blocked, bitch. I tried to, I fucking answered him back a couple times. Like, I was trying to troll back, you know what I mean? Like, to see what was up, you know. But
Mr. Bungle
conversating with me. They didn't give a fuck to even talk to me. I was like fucking chopped liver.
Mr. Bungles? That's nobody.
Oh, that is one. No, was it one?
Not
was that it?
No, she's. I remember.
No,
I remember
Mr. Bungles was from Deets. I'm talking about the one from Blunt B.
I thought I saw Mr. Bungles in there as well.
Oh, was he in there too?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I remember her seeing.
Well, I know Mr. Bungles was in Deets because he kept coming back in Deets' live, and it was he came in like 100 different times under like 10, 20 different accounts or something. Fuck. But I'm talking about the ones. God damn it! I wish I could remember the names. You know, they're troll accounts because they were made like that day. You know what I mean? Like, or the day before. You know what I'm saying,
if they were made that day, it wouldn't be from that side. They don't do that. They'll get blocked, and then that's it. And it'll be a name that they've had for a long time. They don't. It's not the same type of trolling over there. So that had to be what I put in the BC in the back.
Oh, I bet you're probably right. Blunt B can see it in StreamYard. So yeah, we'll have to have him go look. When he's back on here again, we'll have him go check his StreamYard and see the accounts that were blocked. They'll be on there. The names.
Yep. Back to that date.
All right, guys. My eyes are getting really heavy.
I know it. I need to get off here too. It's getting late and it's storming so
is.
bad here that we're probably going to end up losing power at some point.
This one had an older account. Oh, so Grandma said one of them had an older account.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Mr. Voices.
Good night.
Good night, voices.
Thanks, you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
voices.
Miss Keeney.
Good night, Selena.
Everybody, love life. Only live
Good night,
once.
Austin.
And I haven't done this yet here on yours, so I'm just going to go, Tivenya, Telemi, Telemo.
Lion King in it.
Lion King time, motherfuckers. Let's go.
All right, y'all. We'll have a.
Be safe with that storm, Miss Queenie.
Yes, I am. You know what? Shit, I'm going to smoke and pass out.
I
All
hear
right,
you.
Queen, I'm gonna message you what I think in Discord.
Okay.
I don't want to say in front of everybody.
All right, baby.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. Good night, Indy. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you after a bit. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you as always. We'll try to catch up tomorrow. We'll keep you in the updated. We'll keep you in the know. Good night, everybody.